Hey y'all, it's a new year with new ideas and new ways to bring them to life with today's sponsor, Squarespace. With Squarespace, it's easier than ever to launch your passion project, whether you're showcasing your work or selling some fancy doodads and gadgets and whatchamacallits, or, posting thirst traps, whatever it is that you want to do. You can do it with beautiful, easy-to-use templates and the ability to customize pretty much anything you see, making a beautiful website all by yourself a breeze. So head to squarespace.com/read for a free trial, and when you're ready to launch, use the offer code READ to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or a domain. Let them know we sent you, and let's start the show. Now, I feel like if you don't get this, we can no longer be friends, and this will be the last episode of 3.
Okay,
so here we go.
No pressure.
What the hell is wrong with you people? Every famous nigga that gets arrested is not Nelson Mandela. Yes, the government conspires to put a lot of innocent black men in jail on fallacious charges, but R. Kelly is not one of those men.
What?
We all know the nigga can sing, but we're having a standard. We're having a bare minimums. You a fan of R. Kelly? You want to help R. Kelly? Well, get some counseling for R. Kelly. Introduce him to some older women. Hide his camcorder. But don't pretend like the man is a hero.
Man, shout out to Aaron Magruder and Regina King.
And stop the damn dancing. Act like you got some goddamn sense, people. Damn.
Oh,
that's playing around here.
That's Huey Freeman from...
Boo!
And that's Riley's hating dumbass.
Hey, you with the afro. Give it her ass. Beat it. Put the music back on.
Man, Aaron Magruder told you niggas about yourselves a while ago.
2005.
And that exact same episode is still so relevant right now.
I watched
This very day.
When they was outside the courthouse and the newsman when I asked that big black lady why she was out there, she was like, well, why are you here to support R. Kelly today? She said, 'cause he good.
And honestly,
that has been like hilarious to me.
Niggas,
I was in high school.
That's literally how y'all act behind R. Kelly's nasty ass. Just, ugh. But yeah, I'm very proud of myself for knowing that.
Of course.
Shout out to the Boondocks. So good.
Well, guys, welcome back. I'm Regina King.
And I am Jessamine Stanley.
This is The Read.
In 2019. Yay,
Here we
made
are.
it.
And the world's still on fire. It still sucks and humanity's not real. Now, this week... Black excellence.
Yes.
We're going to start with Barbershop Books. Barbershop Books is an organization that was started by a young brother by the name of Alvin Irby. He's a former teacher. In the 2008-2009 school year, he was teaching in the Bronx. He said he was getting his hair cut when his students came in and was sitting down looking kind of antsy. And he said because he knew the child's reading level, he thought to himself, this little boy should be practicing his reading right now before he waits for a haircut.
Shouldn't all of them shit.
Went home, took a note of this idea that he had, and went back to teaching for some years. 2013, he brought this to life. Now, I want to say, first of all, him going home and making a note of his idea, he's already doing better than me. So,
I have ideas and forget them almost immediately.
Every day. Every single day you can name. So what he did was he started this organization that is called Literacy. Fuck. I lost it.
Literacy is a great word, though.
What does it say?
I got it.
Okay. So he started this organization that is called Reading Holiday Project, and Barbershop Books is one of the programs. What they did was they reached out to young boys ages 4 and 8 and took book recommendations. And from there, he bought the books in bulk. So you get that discount. Right? Teachers be doing, and stuff. And then, as of the time that this was posted on Because of Them We Can, who he spoke to, they said he had barbershop books present in 120 barbershops.
What?
In 37 cities. And his goal over the next 3 to 5 years is to have barbershop books in 800 barbershops in predominantly Black locations and shops and things of that nature. There's also a note here about them having literacy training for the barbers, not necessarily for them to tutor the kids, but just for them to help cultivate their like love of reading and literacy and learning and things like that. So
to help the barbers learn to love to read, or for the barbers to help
the kids.
It could go both ways.
I mean, you never,
you really never know.
Anybody who needs help.
Yes, okay? Amen. Well, I love this. I mean, and especially coming from the Bronx and seeing the need right there in his community, and then actually doing something about it, like the follow through. And it's just such like, who can be mad at kids reading more books?
Right. Absolutely.
That's great.
And also, I want to just make a couple more nods to some Black excellence / just good news.
Okay.
I mean, let's just,
let's get as much good news.
Speaking
your girl.
I was
just watching 227 the other day, thinking, damn, Regina King has been on TV for fucking ever and is still killing it.
What an acting beast.
God, I love her.
What a
give her all of her things.
Give her things.
Yes.
Collect your things, Regina.
It.
Absolutely. So she won Best Supporting Actress in a Motion Picture for If Beale Street Could Talk. And, well deserved. She accepted her award in a sickening dress. And also said that she was going to challenge herself and her peers in her future productions to hire 50% women in all of the things that she produces and does in the future. And she was challenging her peers to do the same thing with their stuff. So all in all, I love seeing Black people get great things.
Me too.
One of the directors from one of my favorite animated films of last year and probably ever, Peter Ramsey. He was co-director of Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse.
That was so good.
Did you see it?
I went and saw it.
I was going to say, bitch, if you haven't seen it, I think you might like it.
Saw it. I went and saw several movies over the holidays, and that was one, and I really enjoyed it.
Did you?
A lot. I really, really liked it.
Me too, girl. I thought it was just, I mean, obviously I'm already a Marvel Spider-Man nerd and stuff.
The twist with his uncle, I was like, oh, shit.
Bitch.
I didn't see that shit coming.
Some people might not have seen it.
Well, I didn't say what the twist was.
Oh, well, I guess.
I mean, it's been out for a while. If you want to see Spider-Man, you have seen it. But anyway, yeah, great movie.
Even if you don't do animated films or whatever.
Or comic books, because I don't.
Yeah.
I don't do that. But it's
such a great, I guess I won't call it an entry into it, but it's just you don't have to have any knowledge of Spider-Man or comics or anything in order for this to be a fun movie. And I love how they very clearly, people who know of Miles Morales know that he's Afro-Latino, he's from New York City and stuff like that. But I loved how authentically Afro-Latino this kid was. Yes. The moments where he spoke Spanish and
his mama,
his Chance the Rapper poster and his whole love of tagging and hip hop and still being a nerd. It was just so good. I
didn't know he was from Brooklyn. I thought he was from the Bronx like Peter Parker.
I did too.
But in the movie he was from Brooklyn. I don't know if they just did that to do it or what. But.
I don't think that Peter's from the Bronx.
Oh, he's not?
I don't think so.
Who am I thinking of? The one that grew up with his auntie.
Well, Peter did grow up with his aunt.
Oh, I thought that was the Bronx.
No.
Oh, okay. Well,
I thought that.
Oh, maybe it was Queens.
Yeah.
Okay, from Queens.
It's Queens.
Yeah. All right.
But I thought that Miles was originally from the Bronx or Harlem for some reason. So when they said Brooklyn, I was like, oh, I guess I don't know shit about Spider-Man. But either way, great film.
I really enjoyed it.
Loved it so much.
The little Asian Spider-Man was my favorite.
Did you
the little girl
Penny?
With her? She was
Penny
so
Parker
cute.
With her little. I knew about all of them except that one. I was already familiar, obviously, with Miles.
Oh, those
are
all real Spider-Man.
Yeah, they all have comics and stuff.
The pig too?
Mm-hmm. Spider-Ham.
Wow. I thought they just did that for the movie.
I don't know who thought of it, but Spider-Man existed long before that movie.
It was
so I thought
really
it was
good.
Yeah,
I really enjoyed it a lot.
But yes. After standing for the film, Peter Ramsey was one of the co-directors. He won a Golden Globe for that because it won Best Animated Film.
Oh, good.
Alongside Incredibles 2 and Ralph.
Incredibles 2 was so good.
And it lost.
Wow.
To the Black Spider-Man.
To the Afro-Dominican. Yes. Reparations.
Also read on Because of Them We Can, one of my favorite websites ever. that he was also the first Black director of a major animated film ever when he directed Rise of the Guardians by DreamWorks. And I don't know if you've ever seen that movie. I don't know how many people did. But it was this movie that DreamWorks did that was about like Jack Frost and a whole bunch of other mythical kids. Like it was him and the Easter Bunny and Tooth Fairy and the Sandman and some other niggas like that. And they were like superheroes and they fought like shadows.
Yeah, no, I didn't see that.
Some shit. I fell asleep. But it was like cute.
All right.
So that's nice.
That is great.
What else did I want to mention? Sentorria Brown is being...
Man.
I mean, why
I actually broke down and cried.
September?
Yeah, she has to wait, I think, till August till she actually gets out, and I don't know why that is, especially since it's been 15 years of her being locked up for no good ass reason. But I am so glad to hear that the smallest sliver of not even justice, but just what this woman, what should have always been available to her, is finally coming her way.
It's crazy.
I'm just so glad to hear it. And it's a damn shame that we have to celebrate like this, but it's a big ass deal for her to be out of prison.
It means a lot.
It's a big deal for her to be getting out of jail. And I'm so happy for her and her family. And I just want to thank everybody who did the organizing. Like, all the news stories I've read about it are like, yeah, you know, the big push online, everybody talking about this on the internet for the past couple of years has definitely helped. But, you know, there have been people trying to advocate for Sentorria for years and years and years and years.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's what has to be done. Like, the whole system needs an overhaul, but I am so happy to hear this.
Yeah.
Praise God.
And
more Sentorrias getting out and more R. Kelly's getting in. That's how it should be going. We got it wrong here, but we need to start reversing shit.
And also, I just want to give a quick mention to that new Little trailer that just came out today. So I get to watch Marseille Martin and Issa Rae and Regina Hall all in the same movie together.
I almost felt like they dropped that trailer just for me.
I did.
Today, I was like, y'all did this. They dropped the short one on Instagram, and then I saw the longer one too, the one that's like 2.5 minutes. And nigga, when I tell you I was screaming, I cannot wait to see Issa and Marseille going back and forth.
They're so good.
I cannot wait.
They're so good.
And she is just so talented. Like, Marseille Martin, I've been telling y'all for years, but keep your eye on that little girl because she has got a knack for it.
Moment that I saw that young angel,
woo.
I was just like, I don't even remember what part of season 1 it was, but she hit a look. It wasn't it wasn't hands on the
how
chest
dare
moment.
You, right?
Yeah, it wasn't that moment. I was already blessed by then.
But she has a lot.
They've just got really great comedic timing. Her, Miles, like, they're just funny.
They are.
But I can't wait to see this. Congratulations, Marseille, Issa, everybody over there on this film. I know y'all worked very hard on it, and it looks like it's going to be a blast. I'm going the day it comes out.
Opening night, girl. I will be there with fucking bells on. I can't wait to see this.
Well...
Hallelujah. Such good news.
So this week we're back at it with the topics.
Hot Tops.
This is a segment that is called Hot Tops. Roll of Thunder. Hear me bottom. So much to unpack. So much to unpack.
I honestly cannot.
Where to begin? Okay, so y'all...
It's been a messy couple of weeks.
We've been away for a while. But we're back with the Lil' Kim quote. And y'all have just been dealing with a lot. Since, before the holidays or whenever we kicked rocks, So I don't even know where to...
Just wherever
begin.
Wherever the spirit guides you.
I will start with this feeling, and this is less of a hot topic and more of a personal opinion and request from me. Please stop creating Bird Box memes. I'm tired of it. It was funny for maybe 2 weeks.
That's generous.
And I considered 2 weeks because I know some people took a while to watch it. Maybe you watched it the week after it came out and you felt like sharing some memes too. We are fully here in the middle of January now. I would like y'all to begin to acknowledge that Bird Box was not a very good film. And I would like for y'all to stop recycling the same ass jokes and same ass memes that y'all used for the film It for this movie. It's not like, I'm so tired.
Okay.
When I saw one meme of some nigga who had like a toddler with a blindfold on his face and walked the baby into a wall. I don't even remember who posted that on Instagram.
Oh my God.
Like, it was like they were trying to, you know, do the whole meme of Sandra Bullock and trying to take these kids or whatever. But like, I want to say intentionally had these blindfolded kids, and one of the babies just like walked into the wall. I guess that was supposed to be the joke. I'm like, nigga, are you stupid?
Are y'all traumatizing y'all's kids for likes?
For what?
Oh my God. Now, I still have not seen Bird Box because it don't look like it's for me. Right. See, thank you so much for it. I knew it wasn't. I knew it fucking was not. And I don't care if Trevante is in it being fine.
Yes. Yeah, that he does.
I know that. So all I've ever seen is Sandra Bullock with like this dirty rag tied around her eyes. I just keep seeing that over and over.
Why the rag's dirty? Like, what? Like,
but I don't get it. I don't know what it's about. And so I just see those memes and keep right on scrolling. I'm not looking at that.
So I want to say, as a fan of like horror movies, thrillers, all of that dark, weird shit, I was down with the concept or whatever. And then you add in Trevante and I'm like, ugh, sign me the fuck up. It's not even that it's bad. It's just like a million movies I've already seen. Like every post-apocalyptic supernatural film, anything that ends in Of the Dead, any like The Happening, A Quiet Place.
Oh, see, no, I'm not looking
The
at
Mist.
That. No.
It just reminded me like a lot of, anyways, it felt to me like somebody really liked like Lovecraftian monsters and said, let's just make a really basic modern day script about it and put it in a bunch of niggas and watch them die. I don't know, whatever. Like, but what I will say is that the cast did a really good job. I mean, you got Sandra Bullock, you've got Trevante, he did
I love
really
Sandra
great.
Bullock.
John Malkovich was great. B.D. Wong was great. Sarah Paulson was great.
Wow, there are all these people I like in this movie.
Yeah, it was actually a really great cast. I want to say that's probably where they spent most of the budget.
But I
and that's
keep
why
reviewing
you ain't seen no fucking monsters.
the reviews are all like, I don't like this movie.
It wasn't very. I mean, like if that type of movie is not your thing, then maybe you might get some entertainment out of it, because I can't imagine how many films you would have seen that are similar to that. But I mean, literally in the same year, we watched Jim Halpert and his wife in real life play a couple that couldn't make noise, or the monsters would kill them. Oh. This is just, you can't look, or the monsters will kill you.
Okay. So that's what it is. If you take the blindfold off, then the monsters will eat you or whatever.
Not even that they'll eat you. You take the blindfold off, and these entities that we never quite see will cause you to see something that will fill you with sorrow or pain or fear, and then you commit suicide.
Oh my God.
So the monsters don't even kill you. You kill yourself, because I guess they just, I don't know, forced you to read Rachel Dolezal book or whatever. Just
I don't need
fuck
them kind of spirits in my house. I don't need that.
There were just so many things in that film that was, you know what? It's the kind of movie where it's like, you know, the movie you watch and you're like, and this is gonna happen, and then she about to do this. Like, super predictable. Okay. It was like that. And I felt like there were ways that they could have, I think they could have just done like, okay, instead of that bitch who was pregnant, who let the nigga in, that obviously was a terrible idea, and we all knew what was gonna happen after she did that. I felt like it would have been more interesting if she had secretly been a possessed psycho or whatever, and then she tried to kill her own baby or whatever. And like, why did Lil Rel have to die? Why did he have to die? Damn. I thought he did a great job as the like nerdy. They could have easily made him like the, oh no, she better don't. You know, like they could have made him like a stereotypical nigga. Yeah. Like whatever, or something more like his Get Out character. I like that he was like a nerd that like wrote fan fiction or whatever, and I thought that he played that role really well. But the way that he died, I thought was stupid. I also felt like Trevante didn't need to die. Not just because I like Trevante, but there was just decisions that characters made or things that were done that didn't make any sense, and it was clearly written just to keep the plot going on.
Well, how come the niggas got to die?
Well, in fairness, there were 2 niggas in the film.
All right. So
like 12 people at a time.
Got it.
And yeah, they both ate dirt. And honestly, if it wasn't for Trevante being fine and Sandra Bullock, I guess, wanting him to be her love interest, he probably would have died sooner too. Thankfully.
Well, all right.
You know, they just did whatever. Watch
I mean, I wasn't gonna look at it no way, but people have been going nuts about it.
Netflix and chill movie. That is the time when I watched this. When I watched the movie, I was like, see, now if I had dick in my life, this is where we would be having sex, and then I wouldn't be watching the
I'll
rest
save
of
it for next week. Then.
It's fully like Act 2 starts, penetration. Like that's...
Like, we're going to start looking at this, but we're not going to finish looking at this.
Absolutely. That's the type of film that Bird Box is to me.
Okay, great.
But the cast did a great job with what they were
I will
given.
remember that. Thank you.
Now, if we want to talk about horror thrillers that is on the horizon that I can't wait for, Jordan Peele.
Oh, no.
I will be at
no, bitch.
Us.
Oh, no, bitch.
Day
I sure will not.
I cannot.
No.
Fucking wait.
No, you could put Lupita and Winston Duke and whatever you want to.
Fucking movie.
I will be damned. I sure won't. Who wants a free ticket to that movie? Because I'm buying one and I'm not going. Hell no. Woo!
Boy, Jordan Peele done seen some shit, my nigga. I don't know what that motherfucker been through, but I love it. Same, bruh. That movie. Now listen, the beautiful thing about this, for me, is that we've known about it for a while. He announced it. He put out like the poster for it. We knew who was sort of in the movie for a minute, but there was no discussion about what it was about.
Right.
Even when we knew, like when they were like, hey, the trailer's going to come out on Christmas or whenever, still, like, I don't think that people really knew what it was about. We knew that it had something to do with scissors.
Yep.
And a glove.
Scissors.
We didn't have any idea. So I didn't know what to expect. I just knew that Lupita was in a horror movie. That's enough. Winston Duke is in a horror movie. That's enough. And I loved Get Out. That's enough.
Me too.
They started this motherfucking trailer with I Got 5 on it. And I'm thinking, oh, okay, so this is the part where, like everything's fine. And then they will lead into when things get dark, which obviously they did. I did not realize that I Got 5 on it is such a sinister, horrifying ass song. Like
it wouldn't be if Jordan Peele had left it the hell alone.
True. And is now officially a Halloween anthem.
Every time I hear I Got 5 on it from now on, I'm going to be like, yo, double check the locks.
Absolutely. You
Make sure all these windows and shit are closed. I get scared very easily. And so I just don't think it's going to be for me, you guys. I don't. Because Get Out scared the shit. I had nightmares.
Yeah, if Get Out scared you, girl, I get it. I understand.
So,
this looks like it's actually going to be quite frightening.
It does.
Whereas Get Out to me was more fun. Like it had lots of creepy moments, absolutely. But it was like a fun, it was like a fun thriller. This looks like it's going to be a scary movie.
I had zero fun at Get Out. My anxiety was through the roof for the entire movie. I wanted to piss myself and jump out of my skin.
But it literally had humor in it. Like funny shit on top of the fact that I just felt like it was a thrill ride. I had a blast. I've seen Get Out so many times.
When he was like, babe, the keys, and she held them up and she was like, I can't give these to you, babe. That's when I was like, oh no. I want this movie to be over right now.
A chill going down my back in that particular moment.
Mommy.
And I kind of had felt like she was, like, from the time I had seen the trailer, I felt like she was going to be in, like, something was wrong with her. Because I remember in the trailer, there was a shot where you see her, the chick from Girls, with a shotgun in her hand.
Right.
And so I'm like, who the fuck she... So I kind of was side-eyeing her from the beginning, but just the way that scene was done. Yeah. And, anyways.
I mean, I didn't trust her anyway, because white woman, but so I knew it was going to happen. But when she dangled him in his face and was like, I can't give you these, right? I was just like, bitch.
So this shit?
Send me home. I can't look at this. No.
First of all, Lupita, we all know, is a gorgeous beauty. Bone structure, skin,
it just don't make no sense.
Everything. She portrays horror in the seconds that I've seen in this film so well. Yeah. First of all, we got the Get Out face that Daniel gave us in the first film with the tears. We got her doing that.
Oh no!
When I think they're called the Untethered. If you haven't seen the trailer, bitch, just turn this off and go watch it. But
mute it.
When they initially like come into the house and there's this shot where Lupita like has the demon Lupita, whatever. Right. But she has like her hand in her head in her hands. And she like does this little motion with her fingers. She just does
scary
horror so well. work loop.
No, I was frightened watching that trailer in the middle of the day. So I said, guess where I will not be? I cannot look at that movie.
And we still have like no idea. Like I have like a million theories. I promise you, I watched that trailer at least 30 times on Christmas.
Well, he said it has nothing to do with race.
Yeah.
It's about how we're our own worst enemies or something like that.
It seems like they're going to dive into,
Which makes sense since it's like a family that looks exactly like their family.
Right.
So, but
my theory, if you want to hear it.
I do. I would love to, because I'm not looking at the movie.
Because a lot of people are worried that it's about to be somebody's just crazy and it's all a dream, which would feel cheap to me. I'm going to have a good time regardless because this is a black-ass family, a chocolate-ass black-ass family.
Yes, no random light-skinned people in the family, just 4 regular brown, dark-skinned people.
Look like they related.
Just a regular family.
Like 2 niggas that made 2 kids.
Just no random mixed girl in here. Just 4 black people. That shouldn't be so groundbreaking. Where you like, what? It's just 4 brown people? Really?
The lighting on the dark skin also does a lot. The shot where whom I'm assuming is a young Lupita is like looking in a mirror or reflection and the reflection grabs her.
Oh, see.
Like that blue lighting and her out on the nighttime in the beach. I cannot wait to see this fucking movie. So my theory is that like I think it's actually going to have some sort of a supernatural element. My hope is that these clones, doppelgangers, whatever you want to call them, actually exist. And I'm hoping that it's some sort of a supernatural, because Jordan referred to it as a monster. He said that he wanted to make like his own monster movie. So I'm thinking that Lupita, when she was a kid, created some sort of a monstrous supernatural enemy or entity that has been tethered to her since her childhood.
Oh, shit.
And now she's gone back to her childhood home, and this tethered entity is trying to untether itself from her and her family by killing them, thus the scissors. That is my guess. I don't think it's going to be as simple as, the bitch just crazy and what do you know?
Well, I don't know enough about it to even formulate what might happen.
I know as much as you.
I could barely get through that trailer. I was so frightened.
I watched it a million times.
No.
Scary things. I love scary movies and scary books. I don't like haunted houses and I don't like scary games. I'll watch you play a scary game. I won't play it myself.
What's a scary game?
Resident Evil, Silent Hill.
Oh, video games.
Like video games.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought you meant like a scary version of Monopoly or something. Like, they have that?
Yeah. Absolutely. You just have one white person dress up like Trump and play it with you.
Oh, God. Trump is the banker. Oh, God. Okay, no, let's not do this. Let's not do this.
Shortening the story, right. I can't wait to see Us. I'm going the day that it comes out. The day that it comes out. Can't.
I'll be sponsoring somebody's ticket that day.
Wait. It looks...
Nope.
All right, so... B2K...
Don't do this. Is this about Chris Stokes?
Oh, no.
Oh, okay. I thought because of the R. Kelly stuff, maybe everybody's shit was going to come to light. But...
Oh, yeah, they've been dragging Chris. Well. He's back to denying previous claims, of course.
Of course he is.
But yeah, B2K had officially announced, I think late last year, that they're going on tour together. Something that was a love and hip hop storyline for a taste. And it looked like it wasn't going to happen. Well, now it is. They're doing promo and all. It's called the Millennium Tour. It will feature B2K live and adult, as well as Mario, Lloyd, Chingy, Bobby V, Yin Yang Twins,
oh no,
Pretty Ricky, and None for Bow Wow Wieners.
This is too many acts.
Right? Like, I guess everybody gonna get like 2 songs.
I mean, but this is gonna drive up the price of tickets.
Is it? Because have you heard of all the things that have happened since?
No, I have not. But I would think
should be on Groupon by now.
The problem with having that many, like, first of all, I recognize all of those artists.
Oh, I know what you're going to say.
And so everybody has to get paid. Right. And so you would think, I mean, and some of these are groups. So it's like 3-4 people per act
Pretty
need
Ricky
to get
is
paid.
4 niggas. Yin Yang Twins is 2 niggas.
This is
DJ is 4 niggas.
Right. Like, that's a lot of money to go around. And, niggas is spending $40, $50 max on tickets. So.
And, did all of these niggas really need to be there?
I mean, Chingy, really? Who asked for, no shade, but who asked for Chingy? Right
Bobby
third?
V?
I don't even know about Bobby Valentino's. Wait, no. Wee. What is that song? Oh, that's a Lil Wayne song.
The fact that the first thing that came out your mind was wee you. I was about to do Anonymous.
Oh, I don't know.
Anonymous and Wii U. Those are the
I don't know Anonymous.
I know Anonymous. Why you gotta be anonymous? I wanna know. I gotta know your name.
This is like dating online. What is this about?
Probably.
Okay. Well,
maybe it's not
Bobby Valentino did not need an invite either. But
I'm just happy to hear that all these people are living. Because I wouldn't have known otherwise.
Kind of a surprise as
so
well.
That's nice. Well, since the announcement of the tour, some interesting things have happened. Moniece Slaughter, which I still love that's her last name, let it slip, more than likely on purpose, so I guess it didn't slip, on Instagram. She posted a picture of what fans believed to be her hand intertwined with her child's father's hand, her child father being little Fizz, for those of y'all who didn't know. And she cleared it up by saying it was not her baby daddy, but he had, in fact, been in Chicago at that time with April and the kids. April
Omarion's baby mama.
Omarion's baby mama, who she has 2 children with, I believe. So she kind of outed them as, I guess, supposed to be fucking or dating or something like that. Yeah, Fizz and
no
Omarion's
way.
mama.
It ain't no way.
They were together for the holidays. They do look very close, but I have not seen anything from either of them claiming to be anything more. They say they're best friends.
Wait, so April and Omarion, they broke up?
Oh, yeah, they've been.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Like ages ago. I think the nigga went to Africa. I think he was trying to be an Afro beats artist or some shit. I don't know.
Father God. Okay.
Some shit. And then, but they haven't been together for a while. There hasn't been a lot of dragging. Well, I can't even say that confidently because I pay little to no attention to either
these
of them.
people, right.
But they don't seem to be on, good terms. But, Omarion did an interview with, Rocky Rants from TMZ, and I think that she asked him about it, and he said something about, he basically said that he's gonna respect her, he's not gonna badmouth her or whatever, because at the end of the day, that's his baby mama, and that she could do whatever she wants with whoever she wants because she's grown.
I mean, true. But I'm just surprised that of all people, it sounds like a relationship Mona put together, honestly.
Doesn't it?
Because why would not Lil Raz. What's his name? Raz B. Why would he?
Little Raz.
You know what I meant?
Yes,
why would of all the girls in LA, why Omarion's baby mama? It just sounds constructed.
Lil Fizz is a nigga. And this reminds me of what's his name? His real name's Drew. And
every light-skinned nigga named Drew is a mess.
He had I want to say in the last season of their Hip Hop Hollywood.
Yeah.
There was a whole storyline where Fizz was sleeping with. You remember Moniece had a white stud.
Yes.
She was dating that white stud.
I do remember.
And then the white stud had a homegirl, a black friend that claimed to be straight.
Yes, and the black friend and Moniece didn't get along.
They hated each other.
Yes.
Guts and all.
Right.
They could not stand the sight of each other. Lo and behold, the next season comes along and Fizz is in the house with this bitch in lingerie.
Right.
And we're fucking
friend.
each other.
Yeah.
And I think now they're on marriage boot camp together.
Yeah, see.
They're not even married.
Y'all, right. And I don't think most of the couples on Marriage Boot Camp are not married.
Yeah,
y'all just go on that show. Yeah. It's like a Love and Hip Hop edition of Marriage Boot Camp.
Yeah. It's like
and y'all just go for the check, which is fine, except I'm not interested in even y'all's fake relationships. But
I say that to say that, yes, that man could get pussy quite easily. Yeah. I'm certain.
Oh, yeah.
So it's just like,
He's nobody's ugly.
Why did you decide to fuck this girl that you know? Y'all were at the reunion together when they were cussing each other out. Your baby mama hates this girl. Why fuck her?
Right.
So after seeing that, it wouldn't shock me if he was to fuck this girl, because it doesn't
That's the type of shit you do.
Discernment.
Yeah, he ain't got it.
Foresight. It doesn't seem to be there.
And I wanted to believe that it was all reality TV mess, but maybe you just really like fucking just the absolute wrong choices in women. I don't really know. But
some niggas don't even know the word temptation is a word. They just...
But I would have thought that Raspy and Omarion were better. Little Fizz. Sorry, I don't know why I keep mixing them up.
Cases.
I don't know why.
Nobody's gonna fault you for
Don't
this.
even know what Raspy looks like. But I would have thought they were
Chris
friends.
Stokes.
Oh, God damn it.
Because Chris is what, his cousin?
His cousin or something. Yes. Oh, God. Anyway, this is all just a big ass mess. And when you said that things were falling apart, I thought you meant because of the R. Kelly thing. I didn't even know about this.
Oh, yeah, I was getting to that part next.
I didn't even know about the rest of this. Him sleeping with his baby mama and all this.
Allegedly.
Right, allegedly. But still, what the fuck?
Yeah.
But then the fact that Moniece is the one who posted it or let it slip leads me to further believe that Mona got her hand in this whole relationship.
Do you know that Moniece and April were arguing about this on Instagram Live?
Of course,
and
they
not
were.
on separate lives. Not on separate lives. Oh no,
They joined.
You know how on Instagram now,
Oh my God.
you can join somebody else's
Yes.
live and then they split screen it.
Yes, they were in the same line.
These women were fussing at each other on Instagram Live with live comments. You can
Girl.
FaceTime each other.
Right. Doing it on Instagram is doing it for an audience, which,
Why?
again, Mona, like, I have to believe that y'all went through contract negotiations and was like, everything on Instagram is going to be an extra $2,500. Like, I'm not going to argue with you about it, Mona, because otherwise, why would you do this?
Do you know that your kids' dads are going to work?
Y'all not going to work. Y'all not going to work. Neither one of y'all is about to go get a job.
I'm not even sure if April was on the last season of that show. If she was, she had to have been like...
No, they
friend
stopped
of.
filming, yeah.
So-
April and Omarion stopped a couple of years ago, I think.
I'm pretty sure he stopped before she did, but I don't think that she's... I'm pretty sure she wasn't on the last season of that show, but Lord knows I watch it sparingly.
Right. Same.
But yeah, it's like, sis, why not?
I'm not going to argue with somebody that I am associated with on Instagram. I'm simply not going to do it. I just will not. Bitch.
I don't get it,
We
bruh.
can either argue over the phone privately or in person privately, but I will not go back and forth with you on fucking Instagram.
Why?
So
You
that
have
your
a
followers
choice.
can participate and be in it. Like, for what, though? Yeah. It's just not for me. But I don't sell my life for reality TV either, so...
You bring up the R. Kelly thing. Omarion has apparently vowed to not perform any songs that R. Kelly wrote or produced on this upcoming tour. So that means that if you bought tickets or if you intend to go, keep in mind you won't be hearing things like Bump 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 or What a Girl Wants or a few other
Some of their
B2K
biggest
songs.
hits,
Yeah,
right.
some of their biggest songs.
Yeah.
Because Omarion says that he's not performing it. And I don't know if that's a vow he took himself, if they're going to do the Jeremiah, shadowy, you know, if they're going to do Us and have a doppelganger out there.
Oh, man.
Doppelganger. Which oddly enough makes me think of the word Duffy, which is like Jamaican patois for ghost.
Oh,
Ghost
okay.
or
I didn't
whatever.
know that.
was something I guess you can
Yeah, I'll
take
file
to-
that away for the next time I have a random piece of trivia that I need to know.
Sure. So, you know, I'm not going. I
Oh, Lordy.
saw Jay Boog was in the gym doing his crunches and
That's
things
the
like
one
that.
I can't never remember. Now, who is that?
The finest one.
Is he?
Yeah.
Still today?
Oh yeah. To
Oh,
me.
well,
I mean,
then-
people have opinions.
Oh, he got a grown man body.
Because I thought to myself, funny enough, I thought to myself, like, before I came into the studio, I was like, the least that these niggas could do is, like, go and do some crunches and stuff so they could show us some abs. You know, like,
Oh,
give
he's
the girl some
old.
abs.
This boy is 33.
Yeah, they're adults. They're all grown.
Oh, my God. Why did I always think B2K was such... Like, they were a bunch of little boys.
I mean, that was a long time ago.
God
sis.
damn, I guess it was. This nigga got 3 kids.
Yeah. They're all parents. I don't know if Rasby has kids.
I thought they were... I just thought they were all born in the 90s. I was wrong, I guess.
Yeah.
No. I was
Because they were
wrong.
like teenagers when they were popping and stuff, but that was like probably
Yeah.
15 years ago. Shit.
They met in 98, so yeah. All right. What were we talking about? Oh, right.
The least these niggas could do was some fucking pull-ups and shit. You know, try and get the least you could do is get the sex appeal back on par and stuff like that. Because, like, unlike Pretty Ricky, B2K was mostly working with good-looking guys.
Yeah. True.
You know?
That is facts.
So
Pretty Ricky ain't never been nothing to look at, but B2K always been fine.
I'm feeling like nigga, at least y'all can do that. I went to this nigga's page and he was sure enough in the gym doing some sit-ups, crunches, boxing and stuff. I was like, you know what? J-Boog is taking this check seriously. And I
really was
that.
too old for these little boys when they first came out, but you're right. J-Boog is light years finer than these other three. God damn. This don't make no sense.
IMO.
This don't make no sense.
IMO.
I don't really see the point. I'll be real about the R. Kelly thing. I don't see the point in not performing any of the songs R. Kelly wrote at the show, if only because that's what your audience is going to hear. And it's not like R. Kelly is being paid off of that performance.
Yeah, it's not like a stream, I guess.
Right. It's not like y'all have to pay him for that. And then also I thought the quote was that this tour is going to be the last time you hear these R. Kelly songs and then we not performing them no more. Like, that's what I thought he said, as opposed to I'm just not going to do them at all. But
to be honest with you, I feel indifferent about that particular thing. Like, I guess I understand why he's doing it and I appreciate that. I don't think that I would have faulted them if they did perform them. But
yeah, I'm not mad at the refute. Don't get me wrong. I'm absolutely not mad at the I don't want to do no R. Kelly's. Not at all. It just kind of seems like you really only shooting yourself
That's
in the
what
foot.
I was going to say. It seems like you're making it hard for you.
I want the people giving R. Kelly money to stop. Yeah. I want y'all to stop streaming his shit, stop buying it, stop going to his shows, stop merch. I don't know if he got a GoFundMe. Stop giving to that. Like, I want y'all to stop giving R. Kelly money, period.
Probably got some ghost GoFundMes.
Woo, man. So, but whatever y'all want to do.
If you do end up going, let me know. I'm sure that, matter of fact, never mind. Forget I even said that. It's going to show up all over Instagram. They have like 25 dates between, I want to say, March 8th and like the end of April. So damn. You can more than likely expect to see clips of it somewhere on the Explore page.
That's a lot of shows in just a month, though. Y'all better get this money. Too. That's a lot of shows. Woo, shit.
Look.
Y'all performing every night.
was like, look, we're going to get this money and then I don't ever want to see these fucking niggas ever again in my life. Fuck y'all.
I mean, if you play it right, this could be enough money for the year.
Escape did it?
Escape did it as well.
Escape did it. Escape. They did it. Candy was walking completely sad. They'll walk off the stage. Candy is in the parking lot.
Like, hate girl, them. I am not part of this fucking group.
I hate them. So, real quick, Toni Braxton is single again.
Okay.
She can breathe again. And I don't know why.
Why did you do that?
I should have started with it. If I was going to do it, I should have just began with it. Oh, that was horrible. Anyways, so Toni Braxton deleted a whole bunch of shit from her Instagram, and then she posted a picture of herself looking beautiful. And then the caption said something like, starting a new chapter, don't be afraid to choose to be chosen, or something like that. Very cryptic, and I'm single now.
Okay.
Birdman, on the other hand, just decided to post on his Insta story the words, "It's over." Which is so like girl guy. Like,
right.
It's just so.
I don't have no cute paragraph for this. I don't have nothing loving to say. Bitch, we don't go together no more.
I'm fine with that. Yep. You know, I actually do pay attention to Toni Braxton. I look in her way. You know, I look in her direction. Same. So if I can look at Toni Braxton or in her direction and not see Birdman,
even better.
Win for me.
Yes.
You know, like, I'm all for it. Unfortunately, some news about tax debt came out like right after this as well. So he didn't break that debt.
Well, I mean, you know, taxes have never been Toni's strong suit. Yeah. She's never really gotten that all the way together.
I think she's looking at like 500 or close to 500,000
dollars,
like in federal and California, federal and states. Like,
okay,
together.
Shut me the hell up, because I ain't know Toni Braxton was still making that kind of money to be paying them kind of taxes. Whoa. Did not know that.
I don't know. This is back taxes, so I don't know.
Okay,
it's not just like, oh, this is what you owe us for last year.
Still, all right,
no.
Got you.
We want our money.
Yeah, no, we need
full stop.
We need our money. Yeah. No, they don't play about that.
And it's very much looking like it's at the point where they're saying,
girl.
Toni, so let me tell you something. I loved Spanish guitar. But.
However, sis, we're at a point now where.
We will take your things.
You're just going to have to run us our fucking. And we've done this before.
Yeah.
So don't make us do it again. Yikes.
Remember when Oprah asked her, did she need, what was it, Gucci?
It was like Hermes plates and Gucci.
But what do you need?
Flatware and stuff. She's like, I'm Oprah and I don't have Gucci plates. And I feel like if I was Toni, I would have picked my face up and went right the fuck on home.
Oh my God. Oprah, give us one more season. Just give us one.
Oprah said, bitch, if I can go down to the Target and get me a box of ceramic plates.
I don't know what the fuck you're doing.
Surely don't know why you think you're hot shit, girl.
My nigga, did you see Oprah? Did you see her harvest?
No. I haven't seen her latest harvest.
I want to say it was like O Magazine or somebody like posted a clip on Instagram or whatever, but it was her with like a tray full of like vegetables from her garden, her enchanted forest.
Right.
This heifer got the biggest goddamn produce I have ever seen.
Oh man. You know, it's like
carrots the size of this MacBook.
And I'm sure it's all organic is the thing. Like,
yes.
She's got some special high-grade fertilizer that the rest of you bitches will never know about or be able to afford, so keep dreaming.
The cows are happy to shit in that pasture and fertilize whatever needs to be fertilized, and those crops are happy to grow on that land.
Oh, man.
I just imagine countless fairies looking after it, watering the plants every day. But it's just...
I love Oprah. I do. Oh my God, I love her.
When I picture her estate, I often picture her garden and just
her orchard.
Yes, to see her just picking tomatoes, the fucking size of her head. I'm just like,
just knowing that that's what brings Oprah joy. She just wraps herself in her own collard leaves, like
and her dogs.
I'm fucking Oprah, bitch. Like
that's it.
She takes her own cucumbers from wherever cucumbers grow into the spa in her home.
Oprah's like, you know what would be good with this tonight? Some thyme. I'm gonna go pick some.
Oh, you know she got thyme, basil, rosemary, all that shit.
Look.
Just growing on vines outside the house.
All outside the house. Give me a little peppermint tea.
Nah, I'll just just a little fresh peppermint. Hell, she probably got her own tea leaves too. What is it called where you grow teas?
Absolutely.
I don't even know. Do tea leaves grow on trees? I don't even know. Whatever it is, Oprah got it. She got it.
My grandma used to just pick peppermint leaves and put it in like a hot pot.
Yes.
All the time.
Oh my God.
And all sorts of other teas.
I love it.
You should try Cersei tea one day.
Is that the tea for constipation?
I don't know what it's for. It's supposed to be good for you. Otherwise, I don't know why people drink it.
Cersei?
I think that's how
disgusting.
You say it.
It must be nasty as hell.
Let me say this. My mother made it one time and had me drink it just for my reaction. Before parents memes their kids for the internet. Like, originator.
Oh, it's Jamaican.
I don't know if that's like where it originates or where the plant is from or whatever.
I googled Cersei tea and the very first hit is JamaicaObserver.com.
Oh well, yeah, because it's probably just them niggas that drink it. It tastes like literal poison.
Yikes!
It's horrible.
Damn,
it is fucking terrible.
It does say that this is a very popular herb in Jamaica for hypertension, diabetes, worms. God damn. Abdominal pains.
Because let me tell you, them worms are coming out.
They're also like, look, used for constipation.
I don't know what the fuck this nigga's problem is, but if it's that deep, I guess I'll go.
See,
whatever, it'll clear you right out.
I mean, that's the thing. There's a lot of really disgusting things in this world that are great for your body, and I'll never know because I will not put that inside me.
Just like most of the really great, delicious things are horrible for you.
Damn, people are like managing diabetes and stuff with this tea. Wow.
But you have to drink it first.
Yeah, see, no thanks.
And that's 75% of the battle.
Can you put some organic honey in it, or does that take away all the benefits?
I don't know what would help it.
Nothing? Nothing would help it? Nothing takes the edge off?
It is horrible. Honestly, probably one of the worst things I've ever tasted.
Wow. All the reviews are like, this is disgusting.
It is.
This is the nastiest product I've ever put in my mouth.
It blows.
Like plain hot boiling water? What? No, that would be better than... Oh, that must be this brand.
All right. Moving along. Two quick notes because we're already been in here on this topic.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
So I don't know if we talked about Soulja Boy's gaming device.
I think so.
The Soulja game.
And how he was going to certainly be sued.
Yeah. Well, the time's gone. For him to lip sync for his life. Because, bitch.
Oh, no.
They got the doll up out of there. And let me tell you something. So... Soulja Boy basically created, or had some white people create a gaming emulator called the Soulja game for him. And on it were a whole bunch of emulated games from loads and loads of companies, you know, Nintendo, PlayStation, whatever. And the idea was that you could play hundreds of thousands of them from this device. Now, Let me read you some of his tweets after he got flamed for it.
Right.
He said, "Y'all don't scare me. I'm Soulja Boy. FOH." Like, what is that supposed to What?
What?
You didn't say I'm
Soulja
Suge
Boy.
Knight. Like,
right. I mean, and what you mean scared? Nobody's threatening to run up on you. We're just saying, nigga, you're going to get sued.
This is a terrible idea.
Right. We're not a bunch of lawyers coming after you. That's who you ought to be scared of.
Also, the quality of the system is trash. Like, we're not scared of you. We're criticizing your shit.
Why wouldn't I just spend that $200-$300 on a Switch and some games?
Questions.
Why wouldn't I just do that?
So, okay, why y'all not bitching about the other companies selling consoles? Y'all don't want to see a black man getting money.
What is this?
Trying to snitch on me, but I'm not doing nothing wrong. Ha ha, eat a dick. We're at 5 million in sales, which I doubt. But
yeah, I doubt 5 million in profit, and I doubt 5 million units. I doubt both of those.
He is right, though, that there are companies that also have the same sort of emulating systems that are not legal, and many of those companies do not last long. The difference is that they don't have a celebrity endorsing it,
them?
or
right.
It's not named after, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you're an easy target, nigga, because you're Soulja Boy, versus the rest of these that just get the notice from Nintendo or Sony or whoever that says, get rid of this shit.
Yeah.
Anyway, so...
Like, we're only... Like, it's your job to promote it, but that's also why you're getting dragged. Is because, like, don't tell us, well, everybody else is being bad, too. I'm not the only one being bad. Okay, but you're the loud one jumping around, getting the teacher's attention. So, stupid. Yeah, nigga, you the one in timeout.
Dummy. It's so funny y'all don't know how business works.
Oh, we don't know.
That's so funny.
Okay.
Nothing is going to happen. If Nintendo was going to do something... fell out. If Nintendo was going to do something, they would have the first day. My console not going anywhere. Okay. Everything I'm doing is 100% legit. Stay mad and I'll keep getting richer. Nintendo ain't gonna do shit.
Really?
Fast forward to today, if you're looking for a Soulja game, you won't find one because they have since been delivered their papers, reportedly. Soulja Boy tweeted on the 29th of December, "I had to boss up. I didn't have a choice." That's right. You didn't have a choice because you can't do what you did.
I thought it was 100% legit.
How many people did it before you?
It doesn't.
You can't do it.
No, it's still... It's not more illegal because you did it, but you're definitely like pointing a target on yourself. Like you're saying, "Hey, come at me, bro." You basically dared Nintendo to come shut your ass down.
And Nintendo said, "You!" And they came right over to your front door and told you to give them their things.
I don't know why you thought you could play with fucking Nintendo. Nintendo, nigga.
They don't play it at all. If you go to SouljaGame.com at this moment, you'll be directed to the Nintendo store.
Shut up.
Do it.
I'm finna.
SouljaGame.com. Have a blast. And I'm going to queue up the next topic.
Okay. Shut me the fuck up. Yep. It went right to Nintendo.com/3DS.
So if you would like a 3DS game system, just go to SouljaGame.com.
They were like, yeah, whatever that shit was.
It's ours now.
No, I am crying.
Simple and clean.
Nintendo said, you ain't got to take your domain down. You just got to go log into the back end and put up that cute little redirect.
Honestly, they may not even need to do that. They could probably just give the paperwork to GoDaddy or whoever and be like, "Oh yeah, we own this now."
Yeah, Soulja Boy probably didn't even do that.
Yeah.
What made him think he was gonna get away with this?
Dumb.
Oh man.
Dumb.
Nigga, your site dead ass redirects to Nintendo.com. Like,
I fell the fuck onto the ground.
I wasn't ready for that. I thought you were bullshitting.
The nerve of you to be talking about Nintendo ain't gonna do shit.
Right? Why would you dare them? You know they got Twitter, right? They can see your tweets. They can see it.
What you thought? Like, girl, I don't know, bitch. Nintendo, Japan, and America left simultaneously. Get him out of here.
I feel like somebody at Nintendo saw that tweet and was like, honestly, normally I wouldn't even give a shit, but how dare you tell me what we not gonna do, bitch? Forward, legal, team, send, bitch. And that's it.
But he's not even the first person that they've done it to.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
The nerve of you. Who on your team allowed you to feel so bold and comfortable?
Yeah, fire
to
that
rant
nigga.
like this.
Fire
with this
that
product?
nigga.
Never speak to them again.
Never again, because they lied to you.
White China, Madonna was at recently the Stonewall Inn here in the city of New York for New Year's Eve, where she performed with her son, and I think Ariana Grande was there or some shit. But anyway,
is Stonewall big enough for that?
I don't think so. But I guess since it's like historic or whatever, they just
why not
have moments. Sure. I don't know. I've actually never been, but
I wasn't going down there on New Year's.
No, I wasn't leaving the house. I was fully in Harlem, New York. So Madonna was there. Some videos and photos from her, appearance popped up. And a lot of people noticed some things she was packing in the back end that hadn't been there before.
Oh, no.
So it seems that Madonna may have augmented her rear end.
Oh, God.
She looks a lot like, many of the strippers in the southern parts of the country that do that.
Gross. I have to see this.
So let me tell you something. When I first saw the picture, I thought to myself, oh, it's Stonewall. It's a bunch of gays. Surely some drag queens had fun with some padding on her, and this was just a joke.
It's not like one of them slide-ons.
Right. But
they're like the little shorts.
Right. But then she tweeted, desperately seeking no one's approval and entitled to free agency over my body like everyone else. Thank you, 2019. It's going to be an amazing year. Hashtag freedom, respect, no fear, and no discrimination.
Wow.
And I also saw a video of her where she has something else on. It's like some fishnets and like some panties or whatever. And this is where it seems she's dancing on stage with Ariana Grande, or a really great Ariana Grande impersonator. But here you can see like her ass. It doesn't look like she has any padding or whatever on there. So she may have gotten a big ol' ass, which just seems so Madonna. Like Madonna has seemed like desperate to be, hip and African for a long time. So I'm not really shocked.
I mean, so she's right. Like, it's her body, her life. And if she wants to do this, she can. And it doesn't, like, I guess, who are me to judge? If you want to look ridiculous putting this big old ass on these thick, thin legs, then that's your business, your priority. You can do that all you want to. Madonna doesn't move me in a way that she moves a lot of the other gays, including black gays. There are a lot of black gays that go up for Madonna.
Because Madonna has bops.
She does. And I understand that, she was talking about sexuality in a way and at a time where, the mainstream was really not having it. And there was a time where she was really pushing the envelope. Because my mama definitely did not let me look at Madonna nothing growing up. Not one damn thing. But in 2019, it just feels very like grandma still trying to be cool at the club. Yeah. And I just don't need that from you.
Like, I know that we constantly talk about Madonna being old and, her fans don't like that and ageism and all of that stuff. But it's like the ass shots, the gold teeth. It doesn't look good. It's just weird.
It does not look good.
And that's the other thing. Like, you're Madonna.
Right.
Like, if you got ass shots, they shouldn't look so bad.
Yeah. Like, You shouldn't have these. I went to the Motel 6 and got injected with some Fix-A-Flat looking ass shots.
Right.
That's why I'm hoping this is just some padded panties you put on and not actually something done to your body.
Right. You know what?
Because if so, you need to get a fucking refund.
I'm going to wait for some more videos or photos or some shit to come out where it's like official. Because, I'm going to go with this having been a padding.
Yeah, because it doesn't look good. At all.
It looks
not at all.
It looks so bad.
And I would think you could afford something better.
It looks like SpongeBob is just hiding in her back pockets.
I mean, and most people who get their ass done do it because they use their ass or their body to make money. But Madonna is way past that point. Way past that.
Especially if you don't get a big old ass like that.
Yeah, like that's a stripper ass. You finna get on the pole?
But like, look at your thighs.
Come on, they don't match. That Kim Kardashian
important.
ass. Ugh, it is.
If you're gonna do it, make it look like
they not finna.
Nice.
They not finna.
Actually, pissed at the person who did this, honestly. And again, I'll wait for some better photos to come out. Maybe this is a horrible angle and it's not the most high quality shit, but like, if it is giving what it looks to be giving, pissed at the person who put this into Madonna. And I've read Madonna and been annoyed with Madonna several times over the past few years. Legend or no legend. But like, you really did this to a pop, like, queen. That's crazy.
This is wrong. Yeah, she been on my nerves since that time she photoshopped herself on the wall when Beyonce and Jay-Z were at the Louvre looking at the Mona Lisa or something else, and she photoshopped them looking at her. It was a bunch of pictures of her on the wall, and I was like, bitch, please.
She annoyed me. God forgive me because I don't remember the full story, but it had something to do with her son and the word nigga. I don't remember if she said that she calls him nigga or if she lets him. I don't remember what it was.
I think they all say nigga. She has a few black kids, I think, right?
Oh, yeah.
Or is that Angelina Jolie?
At
that
least
just has
4.
The black girl?
No, she's got at least 4 black. I think she has 6 kids. I know at least 4 more black.
Right. The girl, I remember her being pregnant with the girl. What's her name?
I don't remember her name.
Lourdes?
I think you're on
something like
the right
that.
track.
But yeah, since that day, I've been very uncomfortable with all them black kids she has in her house. Oh, remember? And it was that picture she posted of them kids.
Yes, and
there was a kid on. They were giving her a pedicure or something, and like, girl, the optics of this are just wrong and bad.
She had a caption on a post with her son that had the word nigga in it.
Yes.
And then she deleted it
afterwards. That's what it was.
So I think that was the first thing that made me...
like, bitch.
First thing I can remember recently that made me be like, Madonna,
no,
what?
You got me fucked
girl,
up,
girl. Are you crazy?
Yeah.
Like, you adopted them black kids, and we have talked about that and how we feel about that for years and years.
You just
but those
went
kids...
right on over there.
That's fine.
Picked you up some kids.
Alrighty, here we are. You raising them. They seem loved. Okay, but like, nigga? Really? Like, what?
Like, that ain't your nigga.
And then the gold
want you to get that.
It's just weird.
Yeah.
Anyways, so Madonna, God bless. I'm gonna skip that one.
Bye, girl.
All right. So look, all I'm gonna say about Kevin Hart.
You have had to talk about Kevin Hart every time we've come to the studio for like the past 6.
And I'm done.
You keep saying that, and then he keeps making it worse.
I don't care no more, y'all. Like, just let that nigga host whatever he wants. I don't even give a shit. Let him host the Oscars. Just let him do it. Let him host the Emmys and the Tonys and the Source Awards, Ozone Awards, Puppy Bowl, Snick, whatever he wants.
Not the Puppy Bowl.
Because at this point, it's just... So he was on Ellen.
Mm-hmm. There's my issue right there. That's my issue right there. We can
stop.
Honestly, Kevin Hart ain't said nothing new. I'm looking at Ellen now like, bitch, really?
Think about it, right? I watched like the clips from the interview and stuff like that, and he had a great and impassioned monologue about how much he's learned over, the 10 years since those tweets or whatever. And the thing is, I believe him. Like, I don't think that you're homophobic. I think that you have a lot to learn, like many of us do, about many things, especially when it comes to people, humanity, culture, gender, sexuality, a lot of stuff that we could learn. So do I think I sort of like I understood for whatever reason in that moment where he's talking on her stage why he is as frustrated as he is. But again, my issue was not so much with them tweets and more so how they're moving in the wake of it. Like, it's not even about you being homophobic or not homophobic. I don't think that. I don't even think you would have ever you've been the same size as your son his whole life. He probably would have squared the fuck up with you. So like,
nigga,
son, I'm gonna beat your ass. If you no, daddy, I will beat you. I will
slap you right. Try me, bitch. Who the fuck you think I will slap you right back.
Frankly,
bitch.
I'm tired of you.
So we eye level, nigga. Don't come for me.
My thing is that like you have a huge fan base, and many of them. First of all, we're talking about 2009, 2008, 2010,
something like that.
Your white fan base was
non-existent.
What it is today.
Not at all.
It was niggas laughing at them jokes.
Yeah.
Many niggas who have kids that are a part of the LGBT community, whether they want to acknowledge it or not, adding in the Q and the I and the A, y'all know
all of that stuff.
And many kids who actually do suffer abuse at the hands of their own family, whether it's physical, emotional, verbal, whatever you want to call it. This could have been an opportunity to have a conversation that needs to be had with someone who is influential over a lot of people that look up to him or that are fans of him that still don't think that there was anything wrong with what he said, whether it was 2009 or 2019.
Right.
Like, you got niggas who are like upset that he's even apologized. They feel like there's nothing wrong with it, and they're just mad at gay people for, you know, having feelings. Those people needed more, in my opinion, than white-ass Ellen.
Yep.
Begging this nigga to host the Oscars anyway, for him to be like, I guess I'll think about it. Like, what?
We're not going to turn, I will not let Kevin Hart be the persecuted one here, which is why so much of what he has done over the past few weeks has gotten on my nerves.
Yeah.
It's just all about the reaction and the way he's handling it. Like, how dare y'all ask me about these terrible things that I said? Like, I get you may feel annoyed or you may think you've apologized, even though I've yet to actually see this real apology that you swear you've given 1,000,000 times. Like, I don't even care at this point. It's just like, you, sir, are not a victim here. And you, Ellen, I just don't know where you feel like you get to tell Black, LGBTQI, everything else people how to feel. That's what I don't get. Like, Ellen might she might be king lesbian.
She kind of is for whites.
Right. And you know what? I will let her have it. And I have always enjoyed Ellen as a comic and her stuff on TV and all that.
Dory.
However, even white gays have a lane. And when you get into talking about things that, yes, of course, white gays were offended by Kevin's tweets, but this is not really Kevin's community. And it's certainly, or they are not Kevin's community, and certainly not when those tweets were posted would they have been in reference to anything like anything to do with white gays. So it's just like, what makes you feel like you can come in and forgive him or be like this person who is like, all right, Kevin Hart, on behalf of the homosexuals, like, we are granting you this space and this access.
I called the Academy, and they said they would love it. They want to make it happen no matter what.
Why?
I don't even care about any of that.
For what?
I don't care about that. The nigga could tap dance live on the Oscars, like, as his opening act. I don't give a shit. Like, it isn't about that to me. It's just, it's been verbalized as this attack on Kevin Hart. And even so, if you really considered yourself to have learned and be a different person, and you know, I think he said that he doesn't want to be an ally or whatever.
Well, no worries.
That's fine. Thank you. We'll take that.
Ain't one.
But if you truly understand why those tweets were wrong and why they were hurtful, I think that you could have done a better way of showing that than having your friend, your white gay friend, come on here and like not challenge anything that you're saying, just listen to you talk about how different you are and how much you've learned, which again could very well be true, but there's so much missing from this conversation that regular ass moms and dads and brothers and sisters and cousins need to fucking hear. And it could have been an opportunity. Like, my nigga, you can talk to nobody Black and queer.
Yeah. I just don't.
Lena, Janelle, Wanda.
This would have been
Justin.
so much better. So much better.
No, but there was nobody that you could have sat down and done the same thing with. You picked Ellen, which just for me reaffirms what I said, which is that white gays looked at this as a white offense and not a gay offense.
Right.
Because if it was specific to us, there would have never been an issue at all.
Yeah.
And like, if you look at the statistics of kids that are abused as it relates to race, like, go check that out. And then let's talk about Ellen being the one to decide that Kevin Hart is forgiven.
Yeah, I honestly don't even understand why Ellen allowed Kevin Hart to use her and her show for that, but...
They say they friends, and she knows he's not homophobic, and he's probably watched him make out with Portia de Rossi, countless times. The kids probably have, like, made balloon animals together or whatever, and he wants to... defend his friend. And I'm like, I get all of that stuff. I see all of that stuff, but it's like, Kevin Hart is not even my concern as far as homophobia. Kevin Hart and his influence remaining toxic for people who refuse to think any different when it's like, this is a prime opportunity.
Yeah.
The same way that this is an amazing opportunity for people to learn from this R. Kelly situation.
Yes.
And niggas are refusing to.
Right.
That's kind of how I feel about this.
Mm-hmm. That's a good point because so many people, well, we'll talk about the R. Kelly situation.
I mean, it's next,
later.
so we could just transition into that.
Oh,
now.
well, you know what? Let's just do it then.
I will tell you, so I didn't know that this surviving R. Kelly thing was going to be as long as it is.
Yeah, I knew it was 6 episodes.
I didn't know that until they were maybe on episode 5. I started it after the 6 episodes were finished. I purposely put it off. I've been having a shit month emotionally. I've just been in the pits. So I said, you know what?
Same.
I know that R. Kelly is a piece of shit. I've known that R. Kelly is a piece of shit for a while. This is not going to influence me to do something I was already doing, which is not support R. Kelly, not play his music, not stream anything, and also spread the word. So I was like, you know what? I'm not in a good place. I'm not going to watch this shit right now. And honestly, again, I love scary movies, and I was really scared to watch it because I knew how uncomfortable.
Yeah, I knew how mad it would make me.
It was going to make me.
Yeah.
Could barely get through with the first episode, but I made it. The one that was mostly about Aaliyah.
Mm-hmm.
The last one that I finished, I think I just finished the 4th one. The last thing that I saw was the mom who went to the hotel and found her daughter in there.
Yeah.
I was weeping.
That was
how could you do this shit to people? Who the fuck do you think that you are, my nigga?
R. Kelly is a sick-ass person. We have said it so many times on this show. There's something literally wrong with that nigga. It's not funny. It's not cute.
The fact that nobody has killed you yet?
It's unbelievable. You still have people's daughters in this home on your compound or whatever, training up new girls. And so the documentary... The series truly did not teach me much that I did not already know about R. Kelly. What it did for me was clarify just how deep it goes.
It just brought out so many just chilling details. And I knew that's what it was going to do.
Nigga, is this this is a sex trafficking ring? Do you provide girls to niggas all across the industry? What? Because the thing is, it's too many people working to keep R. Kelly out of jail.
Absolutely.
It's too many people on R. Kelly's side and not publicly, but doing whatever they can behind the scenes and quietly to make sure that he prospers with the shit that he's
both. Doing. But he has so many people behind the scenes that have been helping him. It is mind-blowing.
I am just disgusted by the whole thing. And so, that it was incredibly upsetting to hear these people's, first of all, these stories, most of which I have already heard before.
Yeah.
But to the fact that these people have to continuously share their pain and relive it all the time and put it back out there in the hopes that maybe one day we as a society will actually give a fuck about Black girls and step in and stop this man from doing it. And since the early 90s, we've basically been nope. As a society, just been R. Kelly is nasty and we all know it, and we just all know it. We're just going to let it sit and rock like that.
Like you said, it did go over a lot of stuff that we did know, but I don't know, maybe because of the pacing of it, the order in which they went, and all of the details, the way that it was pieced together was just, it really cemented and brightened up the fact that this nigga is a calculated manipulate from the music that he released when he did, and the places that he would be when he, all of the stuff that he had been doing to cover for it before he was even as famous as he was in his prime.
Right.
He had known from the get-go what he was doing and how awful it was, and used his talent and his money and his influence to get away with it.
Right.
And knew, just the same way that people around him knew that because these girls were not just young, but because they were brown girls, nobody was going to bat their eyes twice.
Right.
The girl who got mono from him and almost died.
Yes, Jesus. The fact that the fact that they do these things to girls, infecting them with different infections, diseases, some STIs, that sort of thing, knowing that it will mark them as damaged, knowing that it will make it harder for them to go home and say to their loved ones and family and friends, like, I've been abused in XYZ ways. I've been raped multiple times. You know, all this terrible stuff has happened to me. And the idea that they will be considered like no longer as good or as innocent of a person as they were before is part of the reason why he gets to keep doing this. Like, it's all fucking connected.
And it has rippled. You see it in multiple stories from women, many of whom don't know each other.
Right.
So it's like how all these girls got the same ass story.
It's so much shame wrapped up in what R. Kelly is doing to these girls. It's not just, well, I don't understand why you would still stay there. Like, well, no, of course you don't, because you've never been groomed from a young age to go and
be a sex robot.
Right. Like, because that didn't happen to you. And instead of just thanking God that that wasn't your experience, you want to judge people who have been through something that you can't even fathom. And the shame of that, do you think those girls don't know that? The shame of it keeps them there. I mean, other than, you know, not actually literally being able to leave. But like, we don't make it easy for survivors or victims to say, hey, this has happened to me, because they come out and tell these stories. This is not even the first R. Kelly documentary that has been made. We all know about R. Kelly.
And have.
And people still will flood the internet with all these shitty ass comments about why they deserved it, or why, you know, I don't care what y'all say about R. Kelly, I'm still going to be stepping in the name of love.
Like that girl who got mono states that she met him at Aventura Mall, which is like one of my favorite malls in Florida. Like, it's not far from me. That could have been one of my friends.
See?
When I was in high school. It could have easily been somebody I know. So it's
disgusted.
Like, I want to remind y'all that a lot of y'all who have kids or young people in your lives, like, they see your posts on Facebook or on Instagram. They hear y'all talking to each other and stuff like that. So if that were to happen to one of the young people in your life, guess who's not going to know? You, stupid.
Lord.
Like.
Right.
His own brother.
Make it easy.
His own brother said that he was molested when he was a child.
Yep.
And he knew, before he said anything to anybody, he knew that his mama was probably not going to believe him because of who it was. And he tested it on his brother, Robert. And his brother, Robert, told him, nah, that didn't happen to you. Nah, that didn't happen to you. So because his brother didn't, he decided never to tell his mama.
Oh my God.
What the fuck are y'all talking about? What is this planet?
I don't know. I really don't. I feel like it's a combination of not giving a fuck about women, not caring about what happens to them, especially as it relates to a black man. A lot of people who would ordinarily be like, you know, lock this white man up under any circumstances. You know, people who we heard about Harvey Weinstein trying to kiss Lupita and instantly were like, bitch, I'll split you from the rooter to the tutor, nigga.
Yeah.
Like, I will draw and quarter your ass. When it is a black man perpetuating these things, it's like, well, y'all always trying to bring the black man down. And how come y'all don't never come for these white men and this. And it's like,
so you're saying that if white people get away with rape, that niggas should be able to get away with rape?
No,
too?
I'm saying that everybody should be prosecuted. Okay, and guess what? Right now we're talking about R. fucking Kelly.
Right.
So then why try to divert it to something else?
Plus, Harvey Weinstein's entire life is on fire.
Right, and Harvey Weinstein is getting in trouble, girl. And it's a documentary coming out in like 3 months about his ass. All the people that y'all swear we should be coming after instead, white people be coming after. So, like, that's not an excuse. You either don't care about women or you don't value their experiences, black women, especially when it comes to black men. Or a lot of you have your own trauma around sexual assault that you haven't dealt with, you haven't coped with it, and instead you've internalized it as something you did that was your fault. I shouldn't have never been out with my friends. I shouldn't have been drinking without somebody watching me. I shouldn't have been wearing that outfit. I shouldn't have. And you're still in a place of blaming yourself, and you transfer that blame onto R. Kelly's victims and say, well, she should have this and she should have that, when really you need to deal with your own shit and recognize that the only person at fault is the person who did that to you.
The person, one of the former employees that was like all shadowed out, who said, like, I'm assuming it was a woman. Right. She said that, like, when she first went over to that house, one of the first things that she thought to herself was, these bitches are crazy. But she was like, weeping before she even got to that part because she, of course, felt like shit that initially she was looking at them like it was something wrong with them.
Right.
And then she started to listen to the way that he spoke to them and realized that they behaved this way because they were fucked up mentally.
Right.
Like,
and that's how predators thrive.
Exactly.
Off of the rest of us thinking, well, yeah, that nigga been, you know, raping and grooming teenagers since the 90s, probably late 80s, but oh well, something wrong with them bitches. It's just something wrong, you know, with all these girls over the years. It's just something wrong with all of y'all and nothing wrong with R. Kelly because he made I Believe I Can Fly and your baby sang it at her kindergarten graduation.
Just say that you love R. Kelly's catalog.
Just say you don't give a fuck about black girls.
That you don't give a fuck about black girls or their health or their safety or anything like that. It just
makes me so
You're
frustrated.
Not going to do that because you know that that is ridiculous and disgusting. So why not just be quiet?
Right.
Why not just be quiet? For argument's sake, if this were Beyonce, my nigga, I would just go into a dark state of depression for an untold amount of time. Mm-hmm. But I'm not going to hop on the internet and argue with you niggas about it because that's ridiculous.
I'm not going to do it. Just like if Jay-Z's day ever comes and people start digging up the shit that Jay-Z has done back before social media and the internet, guess what I won't be doing? Defending Beyonce's husband on Al Gore's internet. I sure the fuck won't.
Let me tell you something. I'm probably going to drink.
They can speak for themselves and be accountable for their own shit.
I'm probably going to drink way more Hennessy than I've ever drank. Like, I'm going to be fucked up. But I don't even understand it. Like, nigga, like Huey said, we all know the nigga can sing. Like, we know that he has great, timeless songs and stuff like that. And again, the documentary highlighted, like, he was so calculated in the types of music that he dropped and the timing in which he dropped it. And you niggas just, like, you picked all of it up. Just like little scraps. Just like little, like, you know, sheep out in a meadow somewhere. Just going wherever the fucking shepherd takes you. Like, it's crazy.
It is.
To me, but even as someone who was a fan of R. Kelly's music and looked at him as this great musical force like many of his fans do, I can say that, like, I'm good.
Yeah.
You know, like,
I really am.
If you cannot enjoy R&B music without R. Kelly's music in it, I kind of feel bad for you.
Yeah, because then you don't really like R&B. You just like R. Kelly. Because there is plenty of R&B without R. Kelly.
Before, during, after.
Plenty. And
Lots
it ain't got to be Jacquees either. Like, it's plenty of high quality R&B out here without Robert Kelly's music in your library. You don't have to support him. You choose to do it for whatever reasons you have. But it's been past time of like, well, I just didn't know. Like, you can't give me the excuse that you didn't know. And honestly, at this point, you can't even tell me you don't believe it. Because if you don't believe it, you just choosing not to.
I was literally going to say that too. Because, like, I haven't heard anybody who was defending him say that they don't believe it.
Yeah, they know better than that.
Like, I've seen people try to nitpick at certain stories, or why she say this then, or I don't believe she was there that day, or da-da-da-da-da. But I have not seen anybody defending R. Kelly say they don't believe that he has raped young girls.
You know what they say? He was found not guilty. As if that means he didn't do it.
You know who gagged me?
Who?
The brother in prison.
Oh God.
This nigga was defending his brother, not even realize that you threw him under the bus like 4 times. There was one point where...
sir.
There was one point where they had mentioned... First of all, I was already annoyed with him. But, like, one of the first things that he said that disgusted me was, like, it's just a preference. He like younger women. I happen to like older women. It's just a preference. I was disgusted from then.
No,
like,
it's
brother
not
or no
just
brother.
a preference.
This is why you in jail right now.
Yeah. It's sick. This is sick what he's doing. It's sick.
But there was a part where they mentioned the time that R. Kelly's legal team tried to say that it was his younger brother that was in that tape, which I forgot about until they brought it up in the film. And so his brother went on Wendy Williams' show when she was doing radio and said that it wasn't him and basically said if his brother did it, he gonna have to pay for what he did. This nigga is in the jail on Dreamhampton's fucking movie. Go talk about, I don't know why he did that. Robert offered him $100,000 in a record deal. You so stupid. He could have been rich. First of all, this is why you locked up. Because you think $100,000 is rich.
It's not.
B, your brother accused your younger brother of something so heinous.
And this is a felony.
Your brother who has kids. That man said that his daughter got jumped at school trying to defend her daddy. Because, and you are upset with the one who was blamed or accused of being the rapist for not taking a cash
instead
bribe?
of the rapist. This is the society we live in. Like, this is really how people's families are. They rally around the abuser and say, fuck you to anybody who does not do what they can to keep that nigga on top.
And the joke is on you, sir.
You're
because
the one
right
in jail.
Right now, after that moment.
Right now, sir.
A comment came up that said a spokesperson for R. Kelly said the claim of him offering $100,000 in the contract or whatever was ridiculous. Of course they gonna say that shit was a lie, fool. Do you know how bad that made him look?
Right.
And you said that shit with confidence like he was protecting him. Guess who's not going back to the commissary?
Right.
You.
So now you done pissed off the same brother that you just tried to defend. And I absolutely believe that R. Kelly offered something as trivial as $100,000 in a record deal. But you also have to look at, like, R. Kelly has been offering to make these young girls a star for years. Like, that's part of the appeal is people think that he can do something for them.
Almost all of them want to sing.
Whose career has R. Kelly seen through to success other than R. Kelly's? Whose?
JS.
Whom? No, don't. Sorry.
No.
I'm still not. No, it's not. You can't say Sparkle. Nobody can name a Sparkle song.
Sparkle?
Nobody can name a Sparkle song. They can't.
Leave it
you
alone.
know, right.
I'm just going to.
Because as much, there's just so much that can be said about this documentary. But
so much.
I want to reiterate, I've been disgusted with R. Kelly for a very long time.
Yeah.
That's never going to change.
This just made it mountains worse.
When y'all get on Instagram talking about, well, what if R. Kelly kill himself? You gonna feel bad? Bitch, no. Do you know what kind of fucking party I'm gonna have in my house? If R. Kelly fucking drops dead.
If R. Kelly kills himself, I'm getting on Uber Eats and see what I'm about to eat that day.
Know what I'm gonna do? Go
just
right
like
on about my black ass business, because I do not give a shit about there being one less predator out here attacking black girls. What I'm mad at more than anything else is the reaction from so many. Oh shit, you got to be careful.
So we're in a new studio today and almost failed.
It's really just the reaction of all these people who have come out talking about how wrong the rest of us are for being mad at R. Kelly.
It's ridiculous.
If you still want to choose to support R. Kelly in 2019, then you need to take some shame into that, and you need to hide away in your house and
deal
play
with that
R.
on your
Kelly's
own time and dime,
and leave the rest of us the fuck alone about it. Like, I don't want to hear it. It's just
you had to have made up your mind that you're going to support R. Kelly no matter what, and you didn't even look at an inch of this fucking documentary, because even if you were on the fence, I don't know how you could get through this movie and still be limited series, whatever it is, and still be trying to defend this nigga. Like, bare minimum, I'm thinking if you were an R. Kelly stan or a big R. Kelly fan, you about to just go and play Step in the Name of Love alone in your closet and cry about it and just feel your feelings. I cannot believe that people are still supporting him. And I think that a lot of y'all niggas think that this cannot happen to someone like you or somebody that you care about.
Absolutely.
And I want to remind you that that is a fool.
Yes.
These kids, like, I cannot.
Kids! They're kids!
Think of almost any 16-year-old being at the mall somewhere when one of these rappers or R&B singers or rock stars or pop stars of today pops in and says, hey, it's nice to meet you or whatever. And then somebody gives them a number and says, hey, come to the studio and listen to my new album.
Bitch, they're going to do
almost
it.
Any child, it's like literally waving candy in front of a baby. So
I mean, and
this
hell, grown people would do it. So teenagers, it's dumb for a grown person to do it, but a teenager definitely would.
Like, because they're young and impressionable and want to be older and fast and do all of that kind of stuff and just have fun. That's like the average teenager.
Right.
So the fact that people will openly speak this way because you're just a fan of this nigga's music or whatever, like, you're just reinforcing this type of shit.
Yeah.
Because when it happens to people around you, they're not going to say anything. They're going to be sitting with that shame. They're going to be sitting with that pain for years, and you going to be the dummy who helped that situation happen that way. Like, it's ridiculous, nigga.
Is.
Leave people the fuck alone and talk your bullshit to your therapist. If you don't have one, feel free to do. I don't even know if Talkspace is a sponsor this episode, and it doesn't matter.
Not this week.
Talk to somebody. Affordable. Do what you got to, because, bitch, you're not going to get me
Yeah.
or anybody else with a lick of sense to find logic in your arguments defending R. Kelly. It's ridiculous.
There is no separating the art from the artist when supporting the artist means giving them the money to continue to do things like this, to continue to exploit and rape Black girls. There is no separating that. You can't be like, well, you know, lots of artists do stuff I don't like, and, you know, I'm not just going to stop listening to them because of that. Okay, but every artist who does stuff you don't like is not grooming teenage girls outside of the McDonald's and bringing them inside his sex cult. That is not happening with everybody that you listen to.
What's really fucking scary to me is that, you know, like, niggas are still doing this, like, famous and non-famous, but, like, famous niggas are surely still on some creep shit like this. The difference between them and R. Kelly is that R. Kelly was like boastful about it.
Yeah.
He was very bold and he did things almost to like taunt the public and say, I can get away with this type of shit. You know what I'm saying? Whereas there are probably loads of predators out here in the industry, outside the industry or whatever, that, you know, are doing so much more discreetly. Yeah. And so you may never even know. Like, that shit terrifies me. And y'all defending this nigga over ignition,
right? But you can't do something. You can't do something about people's, you know, sins or transgressions that you don't know nothing about.
Right? No, that's what I'm saying.
Right? But I'm saying once you know better, you have the responsibility to do better. And
absolutely.
You niggas, it's like y'all know that, and so you refuse to acknowledge what's really going on here, so that you don't actually have to feel bad when you turn on the Ignition remix for the third time.
Nigga, when I went, I don't even know if I mentioned that. I thought I tweeted about it, but I went to Foot Locker a couple of months ago when I was in there, they played amazing Kanye and Jeezy song. And for like the however long that fucking song is, I was like, oh, damn, I love this fucking song. Oh, man, I wish Kanye wasn't stupid.
Yep.
And then the song was over and so were my feelings.
Yep.
So, and I did not play the song. Right. I happened to be shopping. I heard the song and I was like, damn, yeah, Kanye, he did some great stuff. Then I went out and write about living my fucking life.
Yeah.
Like, it shouldn't be this hard, especially under the circumstances.
It really shouldn't.
But, you know, the world is dumb.
Yeah.
The world is dumb. Humans are the stupidest.
It's true. These are all facts. Sometimes R. Kelly songs, lyrics will pop into my head just randomly out of nowhere, and I'll start humming or singing in my head until I realize what I'm doing, and then I'm like, that sneaky bastard. Like, but what I will not do...
It's not our fault he got good songs.
Right. I mean, and it's not my fault that I know those songs. Like, these are songs that I have known for 20-some-odd years.
Yeah.
But what I'm not going to do is be like, oh, you know, I used to love 12 Play, bitch. Let me go give R. Kelly a couple of streams and give him a few dollars for this. Or let me see if R. Kelly is performing in my city sometime soon so I can hear this shit live. No, girl. His music is stuck in my head. I sing it to myself for 10 seconds or until I realize what I'm doing, and then I let it the fuck go, because R. Kelly is not worth more than Black women. He's not. He's not more deserving of protection or respect than these Black girls are. That's it.
Black R. Kelly is not worth it.
He's not worth. His songs are not worth it. They don't slap like that. Not to justify this, girl. And don't ask me about no other male celebrity, because I promise you, I'm not going to defend nan one of these niggas if shit come out about them. I can guarantee you that. Not a single one.
That's it for Hot Tops. And what did I say? Roll of Thunder. Hear Me Bottom.
My bottom. Oh, hear
my. I guess
bottom.
it should be Hear My Bottom. I thought me was funnier, but I guess it's the same. Whatever. All right, we're going to take a break and come back. Listen, so we're all adults here, well, most of us. And so as such, many of us have moments where we might miss, you know, a couple of hours of sleep, or we get to work late, or maybe some of y'all forget to brush your teeth but don't have time. And we not going to raise our hands and be seen. This isn't a place for judgment. This is a place for knowledge. Okay. And so with this knowledge today comes our sponsor, Quip. A better electric toothbrush that can help you guys and your funky teeth. While some electric toothbrushes are too abrasive, Quip has sensitive sonic vibrations for an effective clean that's gentle on your sensitive gums. Plus, its built-in 2-minute timer pulses every 30 seconds to remind you when to switch sides. And the multi-use cover works at a stand. It mounts to mirrors and slides over your bristles to pack and protect your Quip for on the go. It's almost like your mom teaching you how to brush, but portable. Well, I don't know. No wonder Quip is one of the first electric toothbrushes accepted by the American Dental Association with thousands of verified 5-star reviews. I personally love the toothbrush. Plus, it's very sleek and compact. It kind of looks like maybe James Bond would use it to brush his teeth or something. I don't know. It's fun.
Yes, and I love how it slides right over to cover the bristles up because when you're traveling a lot, you're like, girl, I will not let my toothbrush bounce around in that bag being nasty or whatever else. So Quip is just so clutch. Y'all have to try it out for yourself. It's why there are over 1 million happy, healthy mouths that depend on Quip. It starts at just $25. And if you go to quip.com/theread right now, you can get your first refill pack for free. That's your first refill pack free at getquip.com/theread. Take care of your teeth. Let's move on.
All right, so we're back. It is now time for listener letters.
It is. Send your questions to asktheread@gmail.com. We may just read them aloud on the show. I'm just going to do a couple really quick this week because we've already been in here for a while. Thanks to all the predator niggas in this world. Our first question comes from Jonathan. He says, I am a light-skinned gay black male and my husband is white. This is relative in a minute.
Okay.
After 6 years of being together and getting somewhat financially stable, we were ready for kids. Even though adoption is
Wait, how long?
They were 6 years together when they decided to have kids.
Okay.
Even though adoption is a great choice, we knew we both wanted children of our own, but IVF can cost upwards of hundreds of thousands of dollars. Yes, it sure can.
Fuck, it can.
And fuck that.
Yes.
So anyway, to spare some money, we agreed to try the old school turkey baster approach before trying pricier methods. Word? We had many choices to make, including who would be the biological father, and after much consideration, we decided to combine our sperm and leave the rest to nature. You know how they'll just combine the samples and put them in the girl, and whoever gets there first gets there first.
I guess.
Okay. The surrogate we chose happened to be a friend of ours who always said I would carry your baby if you guys needed me to, so we took her up on the offer and happily obliged. Can you believe she actually did it?
Yeah, I guess because friends do. I would never.
Fast forward a year later, the at-home insemination worked, and we have a beautiful baby girl.
Oh, great. Congratulations.
Our surrogate happens to be Puerto Rican, so when our daughter was born, we could not immediately tell who was the biological father.
Oh, y'all set yourselves up.
The baby just looked mixed.
Well, I guess if you could have a baby together, the baby would look mixed.
Right.
Great, so it works out.
Well,
you fuck yourself.
Telephone.
We are back from a break, okay? You shut your mouth.
Back to the letter. Now, since we want to have a second child, we agreed to get a paternity test so that whoever isn't the father of this baby can be the biological for the next one. We got the test results back, and neither of us are our daughter's actual father.
Wait, what?
We realized that we had been raising someone else's child. When we revealed this to our surrogate...
Girl, I muted it.
Yeah, but they called back.
But I muted it. Oh, I pressed the wrong button. The surrogate, heck walls.
When we revealed this to our surrogate, she informed us that she had been sleeping with 2 men at the time she agreed to do us this favor and that she was unsure who the actual father is. Even though she is extremely remorseful, it took everything for us not to beat her ass. Needless to say, we are now...
Beat her.
We are now getting our lawyer involved. But we are conflicted as to whether we should keep our 10-month-old daughter, give her back to her biological mother, and try again through the proper channels, or if we should even tell our families about this.
This is fucked.
We are ashamed that we were so naive with how we went about everything and cannot deal with any more embarrassment. What do you think? Thanks for your advice, Jonathan. Our surrogate's name is... Okay, I'm not going to say her name. I'm sure he's pissed at her, but he put her name at the bottom like, you can say it. I'm not going to do that.
Yeah, let's not. I don't want to.
No, I do not want that lady to be dragged.
Bitch, I don't know where to begin with this.
This is tough.
So wait. This was their friend. Mm-hmm. She was sleeping with somebody.
She was sleeping with 2 other people.
Oh, I don't know why it was... Okay. Yeah.
And see, normally when you go through the surrogate channel... The surrogate is like through an agency and they are definitely not fucking anybody. That is one of the things they make sure you're not sleeping with anybody else. But since y'all, you did it the whole friend way and, at home sort of thing to save some money.
She wrong for that.
She wrong for that. Now,
that is horrible.
I don't even know how you could give a 10-month-old back. I feel like at 10 months, I'm entirely too attached to this person to be talking about giving her back to her mama.
I don't even know how to empathize with this. Like, I'm so like...
This is just so much going on here.
Like, I don't know what the fuck to do in this situation. 10 months.
Yeah, the baby's 10 months. Chile.
So she didn't realize that she was having her own baby? I mean, well, technically, I mean, you know,
she didn't know who got her pregnant, but it's like, girl, why would you be rawing 2 other people around the time that you know that you about to be carrying a baby for somebody
nothing?
else? I guess she thought they was never gonna get a DNA test, or that it never really mattered to them either way. But yeah, this child is not biologically either one of theirs.
All I feel like I can say, I don't even know if I can.
Yeah.
I think all I guess I can say is that whatever your decision were to be in this situation, I wouldn't fault you. Like, does the homegirl want to raise this baby?
It doesn't see, and you didn't say anything about that, and I don't think y'all can just give her, like, legally she's yours.
Yeah,
legally that baby belongs to you, and I mean, I don't know. I think
this is crazy.
This is a lot. But my heart and my mind automatically go to this 10-month-old child who didn't ask for none of y'all's nonsense. Not her mama's, not, mixing some sperm up at home and shooting it in.
No shade. Like, honestly.
She didn't ask for none of this.
Okay. Okay. Some of the shock may have simmered down a taste.
Okay.
I think I'm ready to think. I would definitely talk to this girl about this, and I would make sure, like, I wouldn't want to know if the niggas she slept with even know that she had one of their kids. Do they know that when she was pregnant, it could have been one of their, like, you can't, like, that child's biological daddy needs to know that.
Deserves to know that he has a baby out there. Right.
And that I think is going to help decisions be made, because whether or not she wants to raise this child or wants to have anything to do with this baby, the father might.
Right.
And at that point, it is what it is.
Yeah.
But if neither one of them seem to be ready or willing to be parents, especially, like you said, after 10 months, I would be good to raise that baby by myself.
Yeah.
Especially since the baby looked mixed.
I would probably just keep her, because I know after 10 months, I'm like, I done went through the hard part with this damn baby. I'm not giving her ass back now. Shit, I was the one who was up till 3 fucking a.m. with this little nigga.
I don't know if you can.
Oh, and see, 10 months, you ain't even out of the woods. What? They still a handful.
I would just be so in love and attached, probably. And I'm speaking as somebody who can't stand kids. That's not true. I
think y'all have an obligation to find this baby's biological father.
Absolutely. That needs to be step one.
Right. But God, what if he's shit? What if he's just trash and ain't got the means to take care of a baby, but he wants her anyway, and then you giving up your child in this lovely, stable home and sending her to somebody who, like, can barely take care of her?
I guess I would go to the court if that was the case.
See, this is too much. Y'all, you
did
need
all of this to avoid courts and child support.
Yes, to avoid spending money. And now look what you're going to have to do. God damn, dog.
No, she got to come up off of it. She fucked the game up.
Yeah, see,
literally.
this is the thing. She wasn't no official surrogate, like.
Right, so it's like, what can you do? You can't go to the agency and set it on fire.
Oh,
like,
man.
You know what I'm saying? Like, there's nothing.
Right, if there was an agency, you could fight the agency.
Right.
But you cannot.
And the agency would light her ass up for certain. But because it was your homegirl,
there was a movie about this, Baby Mama.
Yeah, I literally just thought of that.
And I read a news story about a woman who decided to be a surrogate, but she didn't stop sleeping with her husband. And so she got pregnant.
With her husband?
By her husband, yeah. And the couple was Asian, but when the baby was born, it was super light. So, babies be light.
Yeah.
So I guess nobody thought anything of it. And then, maybe over the next 2 or 3 months, the mama was like, the Asian mama was like, something about this ain't right. And so they did DNA tests, and this baby was just fully white American. And so.
Oh, it was a white baby.
Yeah. Oh. And so they had to, but this woman had to fight to get her biological child back. And I was like, well, girl, I wouldn't be shocked if you just simply didn't, because you wasn't supposed to get pregnant. Like, you was, And the agency was pissed. I think they actually sued her, and she had to spend so much money to get her child back.
I mean, because they can certainly be sued.
Right, because it's like, girl, but see...
What were you doing, sis?
So, yeah, I mean, but hindsight is 2020. Clearly, y'all should not have done this with this girl who did not take surrogacy seriously.
Everybody ain't got IVF money.
I ain't got IVF money. I sure will be doing an IUI if possible, but it's a lot easier when you already have eggs in a uterus, I think. Because all I got to do is pick out a sperm donor. I don't have to worry. It's a lot more expensive to find an egg and somebody to carry it than to just find somebody sperm. Right.
Yeah,
because that process, that growing that little nigga, that's what's expensive.
Yeah.
Because that hurts and takes a toll. Right.
Yeah. So, it takes a long time.
So I
think we did the best we could here.
Yeah. I mean, we don't have any experience, obviously, with this, but
I definitely think you need to start by confronting homegirl, finding out who the possible dads are. She needs to find out who the biological father of the child is, and he needs to be informed. Yeah,
because you guys would be constantly, if you keep this baby and just are like, oh, we'll never tell. At any point in time, this man could pop up like, excuse me, I believe y'all have my baby. Right. And you're going to be real mad when your 9-year-old daughter is like, Daddy, what's going on?
Right.
See?
Facts.
Yeah, just try to get this straightened out now. And then if you want to have another baby, I would say save up your ducats and go the surrogacy route or just adopt. But clearly you can't. Pregnant. Yeah, what could go wrong? Not the same exact thing. Lord, but good luck to y'all regardless, because that is high stress.
My nigga, she said 2 dicks, please.
Girl, you was fucking 2 other people
while you're gonna be somebody's surrogate. Like no, sis. Now having dick and backup dick is perfectly fine.
No, it's fine. It's just like,
but not when you're carrying your gay best friend's baby.
Right.
Are supposed to be.
And especially not smashing raw. And even if, like, why wouldn't you say to him, look, give me a few months to make sure ain't nobody already growing in there. Right.
Like, look.
Let me just see if the pee stick comes back negative, and then we can do it fine.
Because if she could have gotten pregnant, like officially by one of them first, she could have been fucking afterwards, right?
Yeah, she could have been fucking while she was pregnant. Yeah. Some people are into that. Yeah. So
let me tell you something. If I was a woman and I got pregnant, 10 months? Yeah. Yeah, look. I guess
it's a good 37 to 40 weeks of, hell.
Leave me alone.
Don't touch me, nigga.
Get away from me.
I know a lot of women want to have sex, especially towards the end, because it'll get your cervix ready for that baby. Like,
what?
Yes. The acid in the sperm will weaken the cervix. All right, next question. I am a 24-year-old queer Iranian.
Work.
And a late bloomer in my hoe phase because of a strict Asian immigrant upbringing.
Let me tell you, I understand.
Relatable. Recently, I went out with a 25-year-old queer black dude whose Tinder bio says he's kink-friendly, feminist, and into poetry. He was beautiful on his Tinder profile, and he was even more sexy in person.
Oh, well, good for you.
Being the boss bitch that I am, I didn't have time to go on an actual date, so I invited him over for dinner for the sake of time and efficiency.
Oh, you fast bitch.
Okay. When he came over, he held a note on his phone to my face and asked me if I wanted to read his poetry while waiting for me to finish cooking dinner. Inside my head, I said no. But out loud, I said yes, because I know how fragile the male ego is.
Oh, God.
And for me,
He's an artist. He's sensitive about his shit.
This is all part of the negotiation process of getting the deed that I want, need, and deserve.
Sometimes you gotta do shit.
Plus, his phone was already in my face, so it's not like I had much choice. I started reading the poetry, and it was very cringy, overly sexual and graphic. And even though I wanted to fuck, I found the poetry extremely off-putting and not helpful to my appetite.
Oh, damn.
He made me read a couple more poems, and when he asked what I thought, the only thing I could muster the courage to say was, interesting. He also told me that he has a ghostwriting deal for some music for a record label, but when I asked him which label and which artist, he said he didn't know and skirted around all the specifics. Sounded like he was stretching the truth or maybe just straight up lying.
Okay.
While we were smoking weed before we fucked, he insisted on showing me an array of musical artists he was into, mostly white spoken word artists talking over a beat.
I love that we're just running down the steps. Okay, so that we started smoking the weed, because that's what we do. And then
he showed me mediocre artist after mediocre artist to the point I thought I was going to fall asleep. Finally, we made it to my bedroom, where he made me come before he even started fucking me.
What?
And it was in the top 2 sexual experiences of my life, without a doubt. His communication skills were excellent and exactly what I love about queer men. They're not afraid to talk about sex with people they want to fuck. It was so good. I haven't been able to stop thinking about it.
I suppose.
After he left my house that evening, he sent me the following poem. Do not read on air. I wish I could.
I am gonna just, you know what? Finish it and then pass it over.
I wish I could.
I am going. Listen, and we're not gonna
so
share it with
bad.
y'all.
Oh my God, it's so bad.
So sorry.
I replied nice because I didn't know what else to say. He texts me every few weeks trying to hit me up, but I just keep coming up with excuses. I want to hook up with him again, but I don't think I can pull myself through the poems and listening to his favorite artists. I don't want to be the one to tell somebody their art is trash because I don't want to crush his dreams, but I also don't understand why he insists on showing this off.
He's an artist.
How can I go about getting the very hot and extremely consensual D without having to endure the painful poetry? Sincerely, just want to get laid right.
You're so...
You young people.
Can I see it?
Do you want to read the poem?
Yeah, I'm not going to read it on
scroll to the poem. I've got... Oh, Lord.
I kind of feel like...
I feel like he probably listens to the show.
That's if he does listen to this show, he'll probably be asking himself questions regardless.
Well, I mean, he's like, hey, I fucked a 24-year-old Asian girl within the past few weeks. Wait a minute. I love... I told you it's so bad.
So what?
This is the poetry. This is a poem he sent her after they fucked.
No shade, though. This seems like something that Frank Ocean was saying.
Oh, well, so...
Like, if placed to, like, a real, like, haunting trip-hop beat, it might be interesting to somebody on Tumblr.
I just hear it in that dun, 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 dun,
yeah, that's...
dun,
I tried not to...
dun, 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 dun.
I actually had to try not to read it like that in my head. Yeah, it's pretty bad.
I hear that in my head when I read this, but trust, it is pretty bad.
Just tell the nigga that you don't like poetry.
You know what? Don't even make it about him. Just be like, I ain't never been, a stanza type bitch.
Right.
I'm not into I am, big pentameter and all that other shit. Don't ask me about none of that.
The gays will be so quick to
I'm just here for the dick.
Try to chameleon their asses into whatever the dick is you know what I'm saying? Like, yes. We'll be so quick to try and transform ourselves into whoever it is we think that this nigga likes. And it might not even be that you really like that person. Right. It could just be something as simple as you wanting to fuck right here. Like, nigga, you don't have to pretend to like that nigga's fucking poetry. Girl. Just tell him poetry's not your thing.
Yep. And I really think, like, that's all it's gonna take. Just say, not really into it. You know what I love? Bird Box and chill. You seen Bird Box? Hold on, let me pull up this Netflix for you real quick. I ain't seen it either.
You know what? Because Sandra Bullock was a painter. And so it starts with art. Yeah. And then we can just see where it goes from there.
I'm a big fan of being upfront with people that you're sleeping with, telling them exactly what you're into and what you're looking for and what you're not looking for.
Especially if it's casual.
Yes.
Who the fuck cares? Well, you ain't got to sit down and endure shit that you're not interested in.
Yeah. And the fact that he keeps sending you poetry, maybe he... God bless it. Maybe they're 20. They're in their mid-20s. Maybe this is just how that generation interacts.
I'm assuming that he's a young person and this is probably something that he's passionate about and he just wants feedback from people. You don't want to see it. You just want to fuck. That's your honest feeling.
Just tell him, I'm not your poetry girl. I'm your I need some vagina girl. When you need some pussy, I'm the one to call.
Right.
When you need some feedback... You don't even your poetry. I am. See,
this might be a taste too honest because you don't want to hurt his feelings, but you don't really have to. You can literally just say poetry's not my thing. I've never really been interested in art and poetry, but I appreciate that you're so passionate about it. Like I think it's really cool that you're driven about it or something like that. And if he doesn't get the message from there, you better find somebody else to give you some good dick if you hate it that much.
Or maybe that hurts his feelings, and he's like, "Well, I don't want to share my seminal energy with somebody who doesn't vibe with my art or whatever." And that's just the chance you're gonna have to take. I know you said the dick is good. He made you come before y'all even started fucking, which, I mean,
wow,
sounds miraculous at that age. So I get that you don't want to let that go, but
it does sound miraculous.
Sitting through somebody else's shitty poetry just to have sex
who
when
wants
you can
to do that?
Yeah, fuck that.
You just fuck.
You don't really have to worry about being. I mean, I guess you don't have to worry about his feelings, but Like, you're not here to create some deep emotional connection. You here to fuck.
Yeah.
So
I mean, it's Tinder, so
yeah.
I mean, I don't know if Tinder is like jacked or whatever.
I just thought it was like the hookup app for the straights.
A hookup, yeah. I thought it was straight people hookup.
I think that's what it is. So
okay, yeah. I would definitely just be honest with him about what you are interested in and what you are not interested in. You don't even have to give him like critique over it. You don't have to admit that you think it's bad. You could just tell him you're not interested, because that's true as well.
I can't even give you feedback on poetry because I don't know nothing about it, because I ain't never been into it.
Never liked it.
Sounds so good. Ooh, I felt Zora Neale Hurston all through that. You would love that. Just say that. Just say Zora Neale Hurston. He'll die.
Your eyes, so brown in the moonlight.
I realize you're realized through your real eyes, and I am hypnotized. We ain't shit.
Shout out to all the poets.
Yeah, you're doing great work, you guys.
You're awesome.
All right. We're going to wrap it up because we've been in here for entirely too long. Send your questions to asktheread@gmail.com, and we will be back.
So when you're selling stuff online, getting all your orders out of the door quickly can be rough, it can be tough, it can be all kinds of aggravating. But if you use today's sponsor, ShipStation.com, you can find that it's the fast and easy way to manage and ship your orders all from one place, whether you're using websites like Shopify or Squarespace, Etsy, BigCommerce, WooCommerce, or over 75 other popular selling channels. You can manage everything from any device with a simple interface, all in one. You can even do it on your phone if you're an on-the-road girl, and a Kim Possible-esque. What? Use ShipStation to create shipping labels for all top carriers, including UPS, FedEx, and USPS. I almost read one of those that I don't like, but that's not the point, because the point is that with ShipStation, you'll ship more in less time with the best rates available.
Yes, that is the point. We use ShipStation for our merch at shoptheread.com, or Alex uses ShipStation and she loves it. Like, that's how she manages all of y'all's orders. Right now, you can try ShipStation free for 30 days and get an additional month free only when you use our promo code READ. So don't wait. Go to ShipStation.com, click on the mic at the top of the homepage and type in READ. That's ShipStation.com. Enter code READ. With ShipStation, you can make ship happen. And let's move on.
Thanks again to Squarespace for supporting this week's episode. It is a brand new year, and loads of y'all have been going on and on about your goals. And so for those of you who are actually planning on working towards those goals, you might need a website to launch it. So go to Squarespace, because whether you're looking to start a new business or show off something fancy that you could do, or blog about your baby father, whatever it is that you want to do, you can do all that and more. And Squarespace is a perfect tool for you. They've got templates that look really, really good. They've got designers from all over the world that can give you a style and a sex appeal that's all your own for your little slice of internet. They've also got powerful e-commerce functionality that lets you sell pretty much anything online, and analytics that help you grow the site in real time. Everything is optimized for mobile right out of the box, and there's nothing to patch or upgrade ever. And as we say all of the time, if you don't know what kind of trouble that is, you dodged a bullet. So buying domains is simple. You'll get the help that you need with Squarespace's 24/7 award-winning customer support. That's 24/7. Squarespace empowers millions of people, from designers to lawyers, artists, gamers, restaurants, gyms, anything. So turn your great ideas into something real by heading to squarespace.com/read for a free trial. And when you're ready to launch, use the offer code READ, that's READ, to save 10% off of your first purchase of a website or a domain. That's squarespace.com/read. The offer code is READ. Go start something special on the internet, and let's get back to the show. All right, so it's time for the read.
It is.
All right, so I will just say, I don't really even have much to say, because by this point, so much has been said and done about this particular thing.
Okay.
But I'm reading Florida. Surprise, surprise.
Oh, no.
So on January 1st, a young black girl by the name of Yasmin James was working her job at McDonald's in St. Petersburg.
Oh my God.
When
that was Florida.
The devil sent one of his assigned honkies inside of the McDonald's. Apparently said honky was searching for a straw or something. Like, I don't give a fuck if he was looking for Freedom Papers.
No, me either.
But they say he was upset about a straw or a policy involving straws or something, whatever. And a video hit the internet and showed this man by the name of Daniel Taylor. Is that it? Yeah. Daniel Taylor reaching over the counter where the register is in McDonald's, grabbing this girl by the collar of her uniform and like yanking her over the counter. Daniel is 40. Yasmin is 20. Yasmin is a woman. Daniel is a man. This white man got his whole entire ass beat, rightfully so, by Yasmin after grabbing her. And this is where like okay.
Yeah.
She beat this man's ass. She pretty much Creed 3'd his ass right there in the McDonald's all by herself. And some employees eventually pulled her off of him. And then I think what seemed to be the manager at some point came back and like tried to continue the order or whatever. Tried to like, I guess, diffuse the situation by talking to the customer that just assaulted his employee.
Ooh.
Again, this is under the theme of y'all not giving a fuck about black girls, not caring to protect black girls, not giving a shit about the safety or well-being of black girls, even if they're working for you or right next to you. I wondered to myself, like, is this the girl at the job that everybody hate? Like, did she have like, she always talking shit? Like, how the fuck did you niggas witness this cracker grab this girl by her collar and yank her the way that he did without immediately dog walking his ass? Do you know what, bitch? I would have stomped. Why could I not have been in that McDonald's? Jesus. Whether working or simply trying to get a McChicken, chicken selects, I don't care what the fuck if I was in line. A McFlurry, bitch, I don't care what it was I was looking for. I wish that I had been in that fucking McDonald's, because when I tell you that I would have said, Yasmin, I got this, I wouldn't even have to have known that girl. How the fuck could you possibly, first of all, if she was white, brown, blue, gray, green, that is disgusting and horrible, and he deserved to get his ass beat simply for doing that.
Facts.
If she had been a Caucasian Heather, okay, they would have set that motherfucker on fire in the McDonald's. Not just the employees, okay? White people from all around would have come to beat that man's ass. The fact that people who work alongside this, and I read that they said some shit about, oh, well, you know, McDonald's is not really clear. Like they're not prepared or trained to deal with situations like that, so nobody knew what to do. If I wasn't prepared or trained for situations like that, that means that I'm going to my instincts. That means in a situation like that, I got to do what is natural for me to do.
Wow.
And what's natural for me to do in a situation like that, I would have cracked every fucking rib. Like, so he's been arrested or whatever. I think they charged him with like 2 counts of assault or battery or some shit like that. And I think is it Fight for $15? Like, there's an organization that rallied around the McDonald's and was there for the girl or whatever. So at least you could feel some semblance of support and love. You know what I'm saying? But like, it sickens me that he even did it. You know what I'm saying?
The way he was grabbing on her
was like something I could, like, what is this world? Like, bitch, you really felt like comfortable enough to grab this girl who is 20 years younger than you. Even if she was fucking 20 years older than you. It
right,
really don't matter.
I don't care. Right.
You really felt so comfortable as to put your hands on this girl and yank her? And then y'all watched her do it? I mean, watched him do it?
Yeah.
I'm just like, don't fix your mouth to be arguing or combative when people talk about y'all's like indifference and disrespect and negligence when it comes to black women, because that's it right there in like prime example. Yes, she beat his ass, but she shouldn't have had to. Because A, it should have never fucking happened.
Right.
And B, the moment that he touched her, somebody should have intervened. Why were you niggas standing there looking crazy like that? There's no excuse for it.
It's nothing in McDonald's worth putting your hands on a McDonald's employee. Not one fucking thing in McDonald's is worth all that. It's not one thing.
Now, imagine that you did get your ass. Like, let's say that Kid Fury was at the McDonald's. He beat you up. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Now you got to go to hospital and jail.
True.
You know what I'm saying? Because they had on camera exactly what the fuck you did. So maybe I would have gone down for beating your ass as badly as I would have liked to in that situation. But do you know that you're still going to get in trouble for assaulting this woman? Over something at McDonald's?
Like,
so
isn't.
I have been waiting since I saw that video to come in here and just express how disappointed and annoyed I am with the people, the employees, the manager, and people who just like sat there as it was happening, and ever so much with you pink-toed bitch, like how you... So I can't with Florida. I can't with racists. I can't.
Because you can't tell me he would have punched no white girl or kicked a white woman in the stomach.
Let me tell you something.
No. I don't believe that.
If little white Amy was behind that register, it would have never entered his mind to touch her. Y'all look at black women as if they are nothing, like they don't matter. And you constantly perpetuate this idea that nobody will ever protect or give a fuck about them. So you can do that. Like, you look at black girls like they just ain't shit. It's over. Like
just over something. Like, she was doing her job. They're not allowed to have straws out no more. Like, they have to keep them behind the register and only give them out by request. That's St. Petersburg law. And you didn't know the law. And the man was arguing with him like, that ain't no law. And like, she was telling him, yes, it is. Why else would we keep the straws back here and only give them out on demand? Like, we have to do it.
I didn't know nothing about it because I didn't give a fuck about that straw or what he was going to use it to drink, because it don't matter. It doesn't matter. Like you said, nothing inside of that McDonald's was worth what you did. Nothing at all. I don't even care if she would have talked to you crazy about the fucking straw. Why are you putting your hands on this girl? For what? But the fact that it was over a straw makes it even more infuriating.
Because had you just said, can I have a straw? The girl would have gave you a straw and that would have been the end of it. But I'm sure you was mad that it wasn't no straws out by the rest of the condiments and started cussing her out.
And she had the nerve.
And she's like, I'm sorry that we're following the fucking St. Petersburg law. If you have a problem, talk to your city council member. But plastic straws are on their way out. And according to the city, we are no longer allowed to give. It's by demand only, nigga. So, but this white man didn't want to hear none of that. You came to McDonald's to fight.
Guess what you got to hear then? Yasmin's closed fist, okay, pummeling your skull countless times, you fucking dumbass.
Man.
And you lucky that wasn't the only ass whooping that you got. Talking about, I want her ass fired.
Right.
Bitch.
You're the one who came for her, though, girl. You came for her.
She was literally defending herself.
Yeah.
I can't think of a judge that would have disagreed. Even ones that hate niggas.
Yeah. So now you have 2 counts of assault.
You stupid bitch.
Yeah.
I'm so tired of white people. Like these racists are out of control.
Over a straw. Mad because they didn't have the straws out by everything else.
What?
Right. What exactly?
Niggas go like riding by shooting babies. Like, what is the world? What is it? What is it? What the fuck is happening? Can we try to do better? Can we try to learn? Can we try to progress? Like, what is the point of any of this shit? Last but not least, I wanted to read the devil and just remind him that, like, you have no power over me or my life or my future. The devil has been out to get me. Girl, I don't know what God could possibly have in store for me, Jesus. But the devil don't want me to make it there because he has been pushing me so far past the edge these past couple of weeks. It's ridiculous. Now, I know many of y'all have actual problems, so please bear with me because some of the stuff I'm about to say is incredibly petty. But I want you to know that I have a short temper anyway. I get very easily agitated and then like my day is shot.
Yes.
So things like that have just been happening like every day. Like weird shit. Like I lost my wallet, my ID, my car.
Oh, that is a pain in the ass.
I went to the eye doctor one day and, you know, just like a checkup and get new contacts and stuff. But I had asked him if I could do LASIK because I'm tired of contacts. I'm tired of glasses or whatever. It's annoying. And a friend of mine told me that it's like worth it. The nigga told me, well, no, you can't get LASIK because your astigmatism is too bad in your left eye or whichever.
Same with
one
me.
is mine. So that aggravated me. And then I walked like,
yeah.
first of all, I'm like dealing with like real depression and like pressure.
I already
stuff.
don't
and,
ever
like,
want to leave the house. So
I already have like real shit tied up in work and life and stuff that like is heavy on me anyway.
Same.
So like leaving the house, little shit like that, it's like I just want to get home. I just want to go back in my bed. If I could just get to the safety of my door.
This is me.
Then everything will make sense again. And so I left. The eye place that I went to was like in the Bronx, like by Yankee Stadium.
Oh.
And right. So I
didn't say nothing.
I left there and I went to like the Target that's right by there at the Bronx Terminal, and I had to go and like buy a couple of things. Some got on my nerves in there too, but I couldn't remember.
Of course.
So then like where it is right by that bridge. So I knew that it was going to be a pain in the ass trying to get a car out of there.
Yep.
So I called like a Lyft while I was still in the Target, and the guy hits me and he's like, I see that you're in the shopping place. Which side are you on? I was like, well, I don't know. I don't really come here. Like, I'm coming out of Target, so whichever side that's on. He's like, okay, but is it like by the Home Depot or is it by the Applebee's? I'm like, I don't know. Let's say Home Depot. And he's like, okay. No, I said, let's say Applebee's. He was like, okay, so I'm going to be right across from the Applebee's. I'm like, fine. I walk out of the Target. The Home Depot is literally right under it. The Applebee's is on the other side. So I asked myself, why would he ask me if I'm on the side with the Home Depot or on the Applebee's? The Target's on the side that the Home Depot is on. So it shouldn't even, but whatever. So I walk over to where the Applebee's is. As soon as I get to Applebee's, he canceled the ride and left. So now that's another thing, right?
Wow.
Again, not like a huge thing, but
just a pain in the ass.
Pestered. Yeah. So I go into the Applebee's and I order a Henny on the rocks. Make it a double.
Damn.
I'm like, let me just have a drink.
At Applebee's.
On my nerve. At Applebee's. I sat at the bar, ordered this Henny.
Oh, God.
Or whatever. I think it was like $10, $12, something like that. So I had the drink, and as I was drinking it, I ordered another car. It was a black lady who was coming to pick me up that time. So when she's close, I pay the bill or whatever. She gives me the receipt, and I gave her like a $60 tip or $50 tip or something like that. I was like, let me put some positivity out into the universe to show Satan that he's not going to, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're not going to have this. I'm going to just do something, whatever. So I write the shit, I sign it, I, leave it there, grab my car and my shit, because the car is here now, and I leave. So as I'm walking to the car, I hear, hey, 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 and it's the girl from Applebee's, the bartender who's coming out, and she's like, I'm thinking she's going to be like, thank you so much or whatever, like, you didn't have to do that. And I was going to be like, girl, you didn't have to come out here either. Like, it's all good. She tells me that her manager wants me to come back inside. He has to take a copy of my ID to verify or whatever because of
how big the tip is.
I was like, what?
That has happened to me once before.
I had never heard of anything like that happening. I didn't even argue with him. I was just like, because the lady's there by now. Yeah. And now I have to wait for them to take my ID, make a copy of it, bring the ID back. And I'm like, if I get left again,
I'm going to need a free Henny on the rocks.
Like, y'all don't understand.
Yeah.
So shit like that happened. I tried to go out on New Year's Eve for whatever reason. A friend of mine, Frank, was having like this like New Year's Eve party was cocktail attire. And anybody who knows me knows that I hate formal clothes. I hate it. It. Went out, got a fucking Dolce & Gabbana blazer for the evening. Oh. And then find out afterwards that apparently one of the designers of Dolce & Gabbana is racist.
Oh, yeah.
Anyways.
Found that out too after I bought them expensive ass sunglasses. So I was like, really?
But even worse. When I went to, like, literally when I'm getting dressed to leave the house on New Year's Eve, I put the blazer on after I'm all dressed. You know what I'm saying? My mama helped me pick out the blazer and everything, too. Aww. Because Lord knows, I'm like, Mama, does this work? Because, you know, I haven't put a blazer on probably since the last time you made me go to church. So, she loved it, whatever. I put the blazer on, the button falls off immediately.
What?
As soon as I put it on. We're not even going to discuss how much this blazer costed. But what I will say is I put it on, the button fell off immediately.
And then I know you don't have a sewing kit. I know you don't have a little sewing kit.
If I did, it would just be sitting there. Like,
so putting a button on is very easy, but what a pain in the ass. And a luxury garment at that, buttons should not be falling off.
That's what I thought. But for me, it was like, again, me and my weird depression and my self-destructiveness, it was like, a bitch can't even have no goddamn New Year's. I tried to have New Year's and make it special, and I can't even do that. And it was just like the worst. My vape was, one of the pieces for my vape was missing, so I couldn't use that.
Lord.
It was just like, let's just like, everything that I've just said to you, shit like that has been happening damn near every day for me. Like, since I got back from the holidays, like end of December or whatever, like that. The other day, my house has been like, honestly messier than I would like to admit, mostly because we've been traveling every weekend for the past however many months. Woo. And I have been too, like, slumped to tidy up the way that I've wanted to.
Right.
I'm supposed to be moving out of my apartment, like next month. And so, you know, as soon as you even think that you moving out, you don't even got to say nothing out loud. Your landlord, your owner is going to be like, okay, so when can we show the place?
Yeah. Like, never. Literally never. You cannot show it.
So the realtor hit me on a text or whatever, and he was like, if it's okay, I want to come by it tomorrow at 1:30 to show your apartment.
This house ain't going to be clean tomorrow at 1:30.
I was like, no, not at all. Not at all.
Not at all.
Not at all. So I guess he called the old white man that actually owns the unit. Mm-hmm. And that man called me. I told him, like, look, I'm moving out on this date. I'm, going to be cleaning. I've been out of town, et cetera, et cetera. Nicest man ever. He was like, no problem. It's all good. I'll let him know. Do you know that this man, the realtor, came to my house anyway?
Oh, no, he didn't.
He came to my house. He was supposed to come at 1:30. The nigga came at 4:30 with some girl, who I guess saw the apartment. And according to him, was like already locking it in. Like it was for sure that she was getting the apartment, but she just wanted to see the view for whatever reason. Child. Which is nothing really. Like you could see like a taste of the Upper East Side. Like it's on the 5th floor of my building. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like you're getting this insane view of the city and all the fucking planes leaving Newark.
Like
it's not giving you that. So I told him at the door, link runs out, of course.
Oh, God.
So now she's hopping on this Asian girl, and the girl's like, oh, she's so cute. And I'm not even one for the touching my dog, because I don't know you. So, so I put her little badass back in the house. And I told them, like, look, place is not really that clean right now. I'm not really comfortable with, showing it to you. If you want, you could come back in a couple of days when it's all clean or whatever and see it. She just wants to like take a quick peek.
What part about no don't you get?
No. I live here. This is still my home that I'm paying for, and she is not, and neither are you. No. You can come back.
He wants that commission real bad. He could smell it.
But he said he got it. He said it was locked in. It didn't even seem like she was like, according to them, she was like quite certain that she was going to move into this place. But for whatever reason, she wanted to see the view. Not like the kitchen, the bedroom, the closet, the bathroom, the view of the place for whatever reason. Maybe he showed her another unit in the building and just said it's just like this one or some shit. I told them at least 3 times no. At one point, like after the second time I said no, I was like, okay, give me a second. And I was like, maybe I could just like move some stuff real quick, and then she could just look out this window and see the view that she wants.
Just look out this window.
But then I was like, something said to me, you know what? No. For what? Nobody's ever helped me pay this rent. No.
Say that.
So I went back to the door and I was like, look, I'm not going to be able to do it. They persisted.
No. Sorry.
So I literally like cracked the door with the window open and I was like, there you go. This is my mess. This is my whole ass life bare right in front of you now. And there's the view that you wanted to see so badly. And she was like, okay, all right, I see it. Okay, yeah, that's nice. And just, and for the record, this isn't even that messy. Like, I've totally like had boyfriends that were way messier than this or some shit like that.
I do not care.
I don't give a fuck, sis.
What do that mean to me?
How
your
dare
nasty ass
you?
boyfriend. And I don't give a fuck about how nasty your boyfriends are. I'm talking about me and how I don't want nobody in my space right now.
So I say all of that to say the devil's just been testing me over and over and over and over again. I'm a spiritual person. I know some of y'all might be atheist or you don't have a devil in your faith or whatever. And I guess you could just ignore me or whatever you want to do. That's fine. I respect that. But for me personally, I feel like I'm being tested and I'm trying to take this opportunity to learn more about myself and train myself to be able to deal with my temper, my patience and things like that better, because it's like little tiny things will aggravate me. But I'm talking about shit that's just been like, what's happening right now? Yeah. Like, what? So I just wanted to say, Satan, eat a dick.
Leave me alone, bro.
Like, no, I don't know what it is that you want from me, but you can't have it.
Yeah. Things have been, I get it. Like, depression has been rough on me lately.
Just awful.
I just don't want to leave the house. And I know that is like the one thing I really need to do.
Yeah.
But I really do not fucking want to. And I don't want to answer emails. And I don't want to do no extra work either. I just want to sit in my bed until time stops.
Yep. You remember, this is a true story, hand to God. You remember when that was it a Con Ed plan or whatever, and Astoria blew up and the sky was flickering,
I thought Jesus was coming back.
For a split second, I didn't see it myself. I saw Dustin talk about it first on Twitter, and then I saw the hashtag with everybody freaking out and stuff. For like half a second, I was like, oh, finally. Like I swear.
The end of humanity.
Like,
thank you, God.
What took so long? And then my common sense kicked in, and I was like, it's probably just some dumb scientific shit that's going to have people paranoid. And
I just knew Jesus was descended from the heavens. I just knew it. I was like, nah.
Finally the sky has cracked open and our Savior is here. Yes, the reckoning has begun.
We're not that
But
fortunate.
no, the world is just difficult and it's hard. I'm trying to do the best that I motherfucking can out here. Sometimes you gotta read yourself. Sometimes you gotta read the devil. Sometimes you gotta read the racist, the homophobe, or whatever it may be. But like, I'm doing the best I can out here. I'm on a strand of faith.
Man, I talked to my doctor, got a new prescription for a new mental health medication because I just would really love to like wake up and want to participate in the world.
That would be so nice.
It would be nice, but I don't feel that way.
No.
I do not feel that. And part of it is winter. Like, winter sucks a lot of ass. But this winter ain't been that bad thus far.
I just said that today.
Every fucking thing.
I swear on the way over here I said that. On the way over here I said that. And you know it's going to get worse.
So, I mean, and it's winter. It's supposed to. But I'm really at the point where, 35, 40 degrees almost feels kind of nice.
Oh,
like, 35, all right, bitch, I see you.
I went to go get like some sour straws or whatever junk from the fucking corner store the other day, and I went to check the temperature and I saw 42, and I was like, oh, cool.
All I need is a hoodie.
Right. It's like, oh, straight, that's fine. So, yeah,
I'm a northerner now, but yeah.
The weather and the gloom and doom of like fall, winter and stuff like that definitely
and just
sort
life.
of slows
the government
everybody
still
down. Yes.
The government is still shut down. TSA workers are about to start quitting left and right.
Niggas ain't getting refunds.
And not even just tax refunds. Like, oh God, y'all about to not get your housing vouchers paid. You about to not get your WIC. Like... And all because Donald Trump is throwing a big-ass hissy fit over this goddamn wall.
It is the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
A wall for what?
It is so stupid.
It's blowing my mind. 800,000 American employees without pay right now because Donald Trump wants to be a petulant child. So So, as always, Donald Trump is part of my read this week because he always is. But literally, fuck everything about that man. And fuck every network that decided to air whatever bullshit he got on TV the other night, 2 nights ago at this point, and told y'all about this government shutdown.
I didn't even look at that.
I'm not looking at that.
I didn't even look at that.
I don't, because Donald Trump don't do shit but lie. So you know what I can do? Listen to my NPR Politics podcast the next morning to find out what was said.
Hey, listen, that's what I do.
And hear it from people who are not lying to me.
Yes.
They would say, this is what President Trump said. This is what percentage of those things were facts. This number is almost always close to 0.
Yeah.
And so I could just get my Trump news because you have to get it from somewhere. I would rather get it that way than listening to him lie directly to me. It pisses me off.
Just seeing his face, just honestly.
It makes me mad.
It just gives me gas.
But my read this week goes out to Ed Buck. If you don't know his name, he's a political activist out in L.A.
Yes.
Rose to fame in the late 80s. He was a registered Republican then. Pretty sure he's a Democrat now. He's donated lots of money to different Democrats. Hillary Clinton, Barack Obama.
Fuck.
Ran for West Hollywood City Council a decade ago. Didn't make it. But anyway. For the second time, a black man has died at Ed Buck's home. If you remember, a black gay man, should say that. Mr. Buck is a homosexual. Last year, Jamel Moore was found naked and dead of a drug overdose in Mr. Buck's house. That was last July. And lots of people protested. It was in the news then, like, why is this black man dead at this at Ed Buck's house? Mm-hmm. And he was a person of interest, but he was not actually convicted of anything. I actually don't even think he was charged with anything because police said they couldn't determine whether it was Ed Buck's fault that the guy had overdosed on drugs or that he had actually killed him. Like, there wasn't enough evidence to say that it was his fault the man died.
Right.
Which, I'm not going to say that that is acceptable by any means, but the number of people who overdose in a home in LA can't be small. And so when I heard about the story last July, I looked at it crazy because rich white man picking up black male, gay, prostitute, sex worker, whatever, like Jamel was earning his money that way. It's very sketchy to me just off of that. But the police decided not to press charges. And I think, you know, obviously his family has still been rallying behind it and talking about it, but he wasn't charged with anything. Fast forward to last week. And now, I said this happened last year. It was July 2017. This is 2019 now. Mm-hmm. So for the second time now, a gay black man has been found dead in Mr. Buck's home. And now more details are coming out. Like one of the women who talked to the New York Times said that a young man was flown in from Minnesota by Ed Buck and showed me the plane ticket, you know, saying that Ed Buck had paid for it, saying that he parties at his house and that this is Ed Buck's thing. He picks up gay black men off the street who don't have nothing, probably don't have close connection to family and that sort of thing.
But apparently the kids in WeHo be talking about it. Like it's like known on the streets there.
Right. Because it's not even just come to my house and fucking party. That would be one thing. It's come to my house and my kink is shooting you up with drugs.
With drugs.
And seeing how fucked up you get. And if you die, you die. This is the second time a gay black man has been found dead in this person's home. At this point, it ain't no more, well, you know, we can't prove with beyond a reasonable doubt that he furnished drugs or that he possessed the drugs and, you know, Jamel didn't just have them. No. One dead man is too many. Two is where y'all need to stop bullshitting and do something about this.
What a fucking asshat.
These are not rich, privileged gay black men who are coming to snort coke with, you know, their peer and, you know, let's go out to the gay club. And see what, you know, the 23-year-old boys are doing in the club. That's not what y'all are doing.
Right.
You're picking out, follow me, camera. You're picking out disadvantaged young black people who probably don't have a big support system around them, making sure that they're safe and protected, and also are so vulnerable that they are willing to do things that people who have housing security, food security, money security will not do. And furthermore, specifically targeting a community that if something happens to them, or if you get, if there's some sort of trouble, you won't really be in that much trouble because don't nobody give a fuck about Black people.
There it is.
And especially not gay ones who are turning tricks for money because they ain't got nothing else to do and don't have nowhere else to go.
They'll think,
and
they deserve this. They were asking for it.
So much like R. Kelly going by the McDonald's drive-thru and looking at everybody who coming in with their friends wearing a school uniform and ordering off the dollar menu and deciding that that's the ones he gonna go after. It's no real difference in between these two predators. Not really. Y'all are targeting the people you're targeting because nobody will care, or you will be believed because you have the money and the power and the influence over them, and you can collect these people and treat them like your fucking playthings and discard them when you are done, or just outright kill them and know that ain't no harm really gonna come your way.
It was bad enough that you were doing it, and clearly worse that someone lost their life because of it, but not bad or worse enough for you to fucking stop.
Right.
You stupid bitch.
The boy, Jamel, had even written in a journal that he had become addicted to drugs, the worst drug, and that Ed Buck was the one to thank because he got him started he gave me my first injection. And if I didn't hurt so bad, I'd kill myself, but I'll let Ed Buck do it for now. Are you listening to the words I'm saying? We know what he's doing to these young Black gay men. So who is going to step up over LAPD and say, I don't care how influential he is in the community. I don't give a fuck how much money he's donated, or, that he got the bomb ass Christmas party and we always invited, or, a free bag of Coke for everybody at the New Year. I don't give a fuck. It's not worth it no more. These people's lives are worth more than this man and his influence and his love of seeing young gay Black men in pain or high out their minds or doing whatever the fuck in his home. It's not come over and, drink my liquor, smoke my weed, have fun. It's come over and let me incapacitate you. Like, let me fuck your life up. Oh, you don't have a drug problem? You do now, bitch. And you'll be back over here every weekend doing whatever it is I say you need to do in order to get your fix. It's just disgusting, gross, and wrong. And I want to see this motherfucker. When you ask, where is all the energy for everybody who ain't R. Kelly? It's right here, girl. I'm not trying to save none of these predators. They can all fucking go. When y'all say, well, we would have to get rid of the whole industry. We would have to completely revamp music. I don't see no problem with that. Let Janelle Monáe run everything. I don't give a fuck about that. That's fine with me. Oh, we would have to tear down all the existing systems in place and do brand new shit. Yes, girl. That's the fucking idea. Now you with me. Now you with me. Put Ed Buck the fuck in jail. And that's it. Oh,
Kelly came the fuck. Let me tell you something. Calandria said,
sometimes I listen to that just to hear Kelly come through with that Iron Man at the end.
All the time. We're the same person. Man. I listen to that just on my free time all the time. Calandria be off the side like, when I get to this man, nigga, it's all right.
I'm about to go in.
But yes.
And fuck Marvin Sapp for doing music with R. Kelly.
Whoa, what?
Marvin Sapp, Mr. Never Woulda Made It. Yes.
I always think of Warren Sapp.
Not the football player.
I'm not the only one. Fuck
Marvin.
that. Whatever. Yes.
You too Black for this.
I get them. I've always mixed Marvin and Warren Sapp up. Always.
Oh, but it was his explanation was all about forgiveness and said that he prayed about it.
No, he didn't.
Said that, you go through the Bible and there's flawed men that God chose to carry out some of his biggest tasks. So it's not Marvin's responsibility to condemn him. It's his responsibility to pray for him.
Oh, so now it's not the church's...
Now it's not the church's responsibility to condemn somebody, but when niggas come through with a little switch in they walk and a little bend in their wrist, now you got all sorts of things to say about that.
Unless you need somebody to direct your choir.
But... also, and as well, sir, you can pray for somebody and not condemn them and still not put them on your fucking record. Why pay R. Kelly? Why give R. Kelly money? See, it's a lot of and that hurts my heart because sometimes I listen to Never Woulda Made It and just weep.
It's a beautiful song.
It is It takes me there.
It's
but how fucking dare you?
It's so crazy.
Marvin Sapp is telling me straight to my face, like, this is a man of God, allegedly.
Right.
Straight up, I know what he did to them girls, and I don't give a damn. I'm putting him on this record. And y'all can talk to God about it if you mad. All right, well, you know, I'm going to let you and your Jesus handle that when you get to the pearly gates.
Y'all acting like R. Kelly was like a scammer or something. like
Y'all acting like he did something minimal. And we all just overreacting at nothing. I'm going to forever overreact at black girls being exploited. Always. I'm always going to be that. Because you got me fucked up.
You don't even have to watch the documentary for the
you don't
extremely unsettling details
you
that
really
come with
do
all
not.
of this. You could just go based off of the things that have been reported about R. Kelly over the years. And that, in my opinion, should be the very, enough for you, if we're going to pray for you and not condemn you and hope that your soul meets whoever, then you can do that. But like you said, why you got to go to the studio?
Right. My mama, well, first of all, I really doubt my mama can name an R. Kelly song. But there have been plenty of times where she's been like, oh, I don't support, never mind. I don't want to give that example. But what I'm getting at is that she's a very deeply religious person, and still she is capable of not publicly judging somebody the way a lot of us would, the way I do on this very show.
Yeah.
And praying for them, fervently.
Mm-hmm.
The prayers of the righteous availeth much. Mm-hmm. And Connie puts in the work.
Let me tell you.
While also not giving them niggas a dime of her money.
It's just not hard.
It's just you don't have to do it. Fine, you don't have to condemn R. Kelly, although you really fucking should, especially as a man of God. You really should. But then to turn around and put him on a record, that's... I'm
so confused.
Where are we supposed to think your values lie? Surely not with Jesus Christ, the King.
And honestly, I feel like that, again, is the importance of this documentary and this happening. Whether I know that they said, that there are new investigations opening up in Atlanta, and I think in Chicago too, because of this documentary. Whether he goes down, or he goes to jail or prison or whatever for things that he's done, or, I personally, again, being the spiritual person that I am, he's got to answer for the things that he does in one way or the next.
Hopefully. In my opinion.
Yes. Hopefully. But I think one of the really important things about this moment isn't even just R. Kelly being brought to the light for the stuff that he does. I think that it is, like I said yesterday, I feel like R. Kelly is mowing the predator lawn and revealing himself and all kinds of other snakes, because it's not even just actual abusers. A lot of people are putting themselves on blast just by sharing their views or their opinions on this stuff. You're getting to see not only a lot of R. Kelly's, whether it's at your work or it's, the label that you love or, your school or whatever. You're seeing a lot of R. Kelly's and a lot of the people who worked alongside R. Kelly to, destroy these women, basically, these girls. So
that's really what it is.
Again, almost like the Kevin Hart thing. It's R. Kelly ain't shit. And I've always, I've known this for
a long, long time.
Damn near my whole life.
Right.
Because I feel
it's been just about that long.
Yeah.
I remember being 10 years old, 9 or 10, and hearing that he married Aaliyah and thinking, but R. Kelly is a grown up.
See.
And Aaliyah is in high school.
I realized after I watched this that I didn't even, the sex tape was how I found out that Aaliyah and R. Kelly were even together. Because
you were too young when they were married, right?
So I didn't even know anything about that. So I remember being a kid and that whole tape coming out and me being like, what? That was kind of around the time that I was, starting to show my own interests in musicians and buying CDs and stuff like that anyway. So I was like, what the fuck? R. Kelly did what? I don't understand. And then you heard, like many niggas have said and continue to say, but not stop supporting him. Oh, well, it shouldn't be all that surprising because, he did marry Aaliyah when she was 15. I remember being a kid and being like, he did what? That's how I found out about that shit. So, it's been like that, forever, but...
I just remember thinking, okay, maybe that bang over her eye got me fucked up, but I thought she was, my cousin's age.
For sure.
Not old enough to be married to no grown-up. R. Kelly is a grown-up.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And it literally has been almost my entire life. Mm-hmm. And now that I'm grown, what I will not do is turn an ignorant eye to this the way basically the entirety of the generation before us did.
For what?
And I mean, I know things are different now with the internet and everything, social media. I get that. But wrong was wrong in the 90s, in the early 90s, just like it's wrong now. Just like that video of Drake kissing that 17-year-old girl on stage.
I did not even look at that.
I said, now when it came out that he was texting little Miss Stranger Things, what did we say? I got my eye on that nigga Drake because a grown man texting a little girl, something is wrong. I don't give a damn. I know friends for what? Y'all ain't no friends. That's a grown ass man. And now it's from 2010, but a 17-year-old girl coming up on stage and you kissing her and all this, and then she tells you 17 and you be like, okay, let me not get in trouble. I like the way your body feel on me or whatever, and then give her another kiss. It's like, I'm grossed out.
I refuse to.
I'm grossed out, my nigga, and
I couldn't do it.
I'm not saying that Drake is a predator. I'm saying I got my eye on that nigga.
I don't like it. And
this new news, don't have me taking my eye off that nigga. That's what I'm saying about Drake.
Gotta be careful here.
Because I will not do it. We rapidly approaching the point with Drake where it's like, okay, you're gonna have to start answering for some of this. You're gonna have to start answering for it, because what I will not do is in my grown ass, like right now, me at 36 years of age, I'm not going to sit up here and play niggas music that I know are taking advantage of little girls. I'm just not going to do it.
The world is just such...
it's just trash.
But again, I feel like these conversations, these revelations, they're happening for a reason. R. Kelly doesn't even realize that he's a catalyst for something that could do a lot of good if y'all would shut the fuck up and act like you got some goddamn sense.
Yeah. Because look, if it comes out that Drake has slept with underage girls, raped underage girls.
Please, Jesus, no.
As much as I love Nice for What, and I love it. That is an anthem.
I definitely like...
a bop for my soul.
I definitely like more Drake music. Do I like more Drake music than R. Kelly? I'm sure
I definitely like more Drake music than... And I used to really like R. Kelly's music, but in 2019, I'm definitely playing more Drake. Or I'm not playing any R. Kelly at all. But there's just more Drake music. Like, he's just more current. Yeah. Which is another reason why some of this is finally starting to stick against R. Kelly, because he's not at the height of his career anymore. He's an old-ass man now. Great point. So, and that's why it will be harder if Drake or anybody else coming up now is a predator.
You really never know, my nigga.
You never know.
Look at Salim Akil.
That's why you got to keep your eyes open.
Like Mariah Brock Akil's husband?
And that whole show got canceled because of them allegations that came out.
All those people who no longer have a job.
Child. They everywhere. And I don't mind. I will give up Nice for What. I will. It's a great song, but it's not worth little girls being taken advantage of. That's just the message I want to leave y'all with.
Drake, I'm a huge fan. I just cleared up. I don't like it.
I really don't like it. I do not like it, nigga. I do not like it. Something not right.
He was, oh my God. Oh God.
We shall see what happens in the coming weeks. But that wraps up this week's very long episode of The Read. Check us out.
I mean, last week you got 15 minutes, so.
The supercut of the
And you almost got nothing, to be quite honest. Apparently somebody
asked for it, yeah.
I thought that was a cute idea.
And Dwayne put it together real quick, because I was like, who gonna do that?
I wasn't even in the state.
But anyway, at social, this is The Read. This is theread.com. What announcements do we have?
We have a 6-year anniversary. Wow. If The Read was a baby, it would be in school.
Wow.
It would be like having full conversations. Read, run, probably ride a bike.
God, it would probably be bad as hell.
Oh, it would be the worst. She would get good grades, though.
Good grades, but constantly gets an excessive talking.
Yes, that's it. If The Read was in school, that girl
talking on all of her shit.
She would got an A1, D for conduct. Your Read, she's a very bright girl, but she talks
smart
so much.
Girl. I just can't get her to leave her friends. She's always talking to her friends.
Always cussing out the white students.
She just won't. So, yeah.
Is everything all right at the home?
There are still some tickets available at thereadlive.com for our anniversary show in February. See you guys there. And what else?
I don't know. Happy 2019 to you guys, and go do something nice for yourself and somebody nice in your life. I feel like I had an acronym.
Oh, okay. I love acronyms.
But
did you forget it?
Slipped my mind.
Oh, man.
So instead, I will just say to all of you, welcome to a new year, and don't get all hyped up in the idea that you have to be some completely new person this year. Just do your best. Try to learn something new.
Yeah.
Get in tune with your spirit. Try new things. If you have a passion project, now's the time. You know, the world could maybe next time the sky lights up, Jesus really will be here. So go and try that thing that you wanted to try so bad and you keep putting it off because you're scared.
You don't want to say, man, I never started my Beanie Baby collection. And now Jesus is back. It's too late.
And who knows if there are Beanie Babies in heaven or wherever it is you might go. So, you know, that's it.
Oh, all right, you guys. We will see y'all next week.